Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Caelus City. Why are we here?
Not sure.
I don't know.
I ran on Sunday.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Joining me on this amazingly weird game is Norristra Champion Teach, and I'm, of course, OPT Lawyer. How is everyone doing tonight?
Hey, okay.
Great! So, right. So,
I'm not wearing pants.
I mean...
So that's normal.
Yeah, that's assumed. It would actually be more of a strange thing if you were wearing pants.
I think we'd be more concerned.
We would actually be very concerned.
Yeah.
So
would that be an intervention? Would you come up here and intervene?
Not come up there, but we might do it via voice call like this.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have a hard.
It would be easier to take your pants off while we're there, and that's just.
I was gonna say, yeah, it'd be weird, a stretch to drive all the way up to Maine just to pants you, but you know. So anyway, last time on Caelus City, you guys saved a lizard child from being captured or kidnapped before they even made it to the Citadel. You stopped them cold. With the help of Apollo, his collar, he snuck.
Good kid.
Yeah, he snuck. He was able to sneak his collar onto the child's arm as you guys were all in the area, in the house, and you were able to track him, and you got him back after making the female lizard that was holding him think that she was holding a swarm of giant chocolate spiders.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah. So, you guys all made it back to the lab, and Owen is very sick. Mary, the mother of Gregory, is basically a nurse practitioner. She's a nurse practitioner, so she's been tending to him. She mentioned that he is showing signs of the flu, but he's missing a lot of the signs of the flu. He's the fever, the nausea, and you guys mentioned that, or Cal mentioned he found celestite in his bloodstream, and that's kind of everybody's concerned because, as it turns out, Zachariah is like, oh, that's my research. They've implemented my research. Oh my, holy crap, that's awful and that's bad. Meanwhile, we also found out something else related to the lizard tribe. More specifically, right, thank you. More specifically, that Celestine, that's it. Cal's mother is alive, possibly well, at the Citadel.
That's right, we were told that.
Yes. Not like in the prison or anything like that. She's apparently being a servant. Good old. Don't know if she'd be in a maid's uniform, but whatever. And I'm assuming Cal is probably pretty upset about that. So, that's kind of where we left off the last issue. With Cal...
I already have an opening scene, by the way, just so you're aware.
No worries. So, with Cal saying, hey, you want to stage a coup? So, welcome to issue 11 of Caelus City, Forgotten Memories. On the cover is kind of like a wide angle above shot of the main room of the laboratory with all of our characters in it. Sink, Cal, the lizard family. Gregory is recovering from being sedated, and then there's Owen in a bed that he's still just sick and whatnot, and looking not great. So, we're going to open the cover, and we're going to turn to page 1 and go.
So, we learned last time that, as you said, Cal's mother is still in the Citadel. Mm-hmm. So, the opening page of the comic is literally a montage of panels of Cal just going into every nook, cranny and secret drawer he has in the lab, pulling out all of these strange-looking, very sharp and/or smoking implements. There is a couple of what appear to be squirt guns that are smoking. There are several orbs that just look like they could explode at every moment. He opens up another one. It's got the fencing swords. He hits a button. That slides back, and just a giant great sword gets pulled out. Like, it's literally just Cal arming himself to the teeth.
So Mary's looking at all this like, wow, why do you have all of that? And Zachariah's just like, it's his thing. They're just really good at this. Just let him. Okay.
The great sword still surprises me.
Oh, it does?
Like, that seems a little bit, like, less finesse than I'm used to from you, Cal, but, I mean, if there was ever a time for it.
So while you're doing all of that, Daniel and Apollo are sitting at the gaming station playing video games.
To answer your question, where has finesse gotten us? It's gotten us with a deadly toxin that could be used to paralyze the city at a moment's notice if it's aerosol. It's gotten us my mother missing. It's nearly gotten a child kidnapped. I think the time for finesse is over. And as he says that, he just drags the greatsword up, which is clearly too heavy for him, and leans and attempts to pick it up to lean it up against the wall, says to heck with it, and just whoosh, and has it drop and fall and make a loud crash.
So, and then Daniel's like, huh? What? And your father has gone back to the house, by the way. Yeah, so Daniel looks over like, oh, Cal, why do you have a giant sword?
Why not?
Okay, that's a fair point. I was just curious.
Of all the things, the cat speakers, the video game playing cat, the super soaker that squirts molten metal, the greatsword is the one that you're asking about.
Well, yeah, because it's like completely out of place for you. Everything else makes sense.
He's right. It's not really much chemical about a greatsword.
Oh, really? There's not much chemical about it? Pick it up.
Okay. So Sink walks over. He's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to lift this. Like, whatever. And he, reaches down and tries to lift it.
So what he notices about the greatsword is that it's heaviest where it's pointing down.
What does that mean?
It's mercurial.
Huh.
So it's liquid metal inside the sword.
Oh,
so
okay.
The weight shifts to where the sword is being swung.
That's interesting.
Whoa.
Huh.
Wait a second. It feels like a pun somehow.
Probably is. Knowing Teach.
Yes.
So.
No, it's just a mercurial greatsword.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Teach, while you're explaining all this, you hear a knock on your laboratory door.
Like the inside laboratory door? Or
No,
door
like the outside. Outside the shed. Somebody's knocking on the shed.
Show outdoors.
It's a delivery guy from, like, UPS or whatever.
Why would they be coming here?
Speakers. Yes?
He holds up a package like, I got this package here for Cal. It's just addressed to this address and specifically at the shed. It's kind of a large package.
Hold on a second. Sink,
Yeah?
can you do me a favor?
What do you need me to do?
I need you to go portal outside. It's where someone can't see you and bring me with you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. 'Cause
Just
I don't want that anywhere near being in this shed.
just for review, are we still out in the, weird field, or are we back at the home residence?
We're back in the
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. We're back there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Can do. You ready?
Yes.
Alrighty. So Sink makes a portal and portals us out to right behind the house, so we can get a nice view of the shed, but he can't see us.
Yep. The delivery guy's just the other way. Like, I need you to sign for this, sir. I can't just leave it here.
Cal's gonna just look at Sink and go, "Stay here just in case. Be ready to go." And he's gonna walk out. And who exactly would address something to a shed?
The turn address says, the nondescript Halloween party store from nondescript county, some state. And he hands the box and it's like the little clipboard thing. Like, I just need you to sign here, sir.
I didn't order anything.
I just delivered the packages, sir.
He looks. I'm not the one who you need to sign for this.
Hmm?
I'm not the one who you need to sign for this.
It's addressed to Cal.
You just hear, "I'm gonna punt him. I'm gonna punt him."
What?
I'm gonna punt him.
I just need Cal to sign for this because that's who's it's addressed to. I can't have anybody else sign for it.
He looks at the kid. Please note, I'm not upset with you. You're just doing your job.
Yes, I know. I figure. I get the feeling that someone else ordered something that's not something you... Anyway, can you just sign here, please? Just hand you a pen and a clipboard.
He scribbles a signature that you cannot tell what it is.
He doesn't care. Great. He takes a clipboard and hands you the package like, thank you, sir. Have a good day. And and he just walks off.
I can hear the pimples.
Exactly.
Yep. Cal sets the package down, looks at Sink, and goes, "Get the cat."
Sink opens up a portal beneath Apollo as he's gaming to drop him immediately on top of the package.
So when that happens, Apollo goes, "Ah! Ow!"
What did you order?
He looks up at you and he's just like, what? I didn't order anything. Looks out of the package.
At this point, the package is starting to rustle.
Sig actually walks up. Cal, do you know what this is supposed to be?
No, but is a package supposed to move?
Usually not.
Cal reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a box cutter.
Oh, so what's inside this package, Apollo?
So Apollo, pops his head out with, a familiar-looking mask to anyone who's seen the Bay City Chronicle show. He's wearing Anton's old armor helmet as a cosplay costume.
Did I lose you guys? Oh my gosh, no. Wow. Hold on a second. This is gonna get ugly real fast, I think. So apparently.
Camera, so it's already ugly.
There it is, okay. I'm back. I don't know what happened. The thing just, you guys all froze. Yeah.
Well, we didn't lose you.
I couldn't see anything. You guys all froze on my screen.
That's a great frozen picture.
Yeah, I legitimately, right when that happened, you all just froze at that, like, amazingly specific point.
Okay, I was confused because when you said stop, I'm like, wait, did I mishear that?
Yeah,
No,
me too. I
I
was
could,
afraid of that.
like, it's legitimately when Apollo said, or when Nora said Apollo sticks his head up with the end tuck, like, that's the last thing I heard. You guys all stopped.
Okay, so Cal looks and goes, so first of all, you shipped yourself in a box. Second of all,
Yes.
if you're here, who the hell is that? And points to what he thought was his cat.
Yeah.
So Apollo at this point immediately pops the helmet off, and the Spider-Man pointing at himself is literally what's happening here. Is Apollo's now pointing at himself.
So other Apollo looks up and is like, I'm Apollo.
No, you're not Apollo.
Well, there's only way to shoot. The only way to solve this, and you give him a gun.
No. I have a better idea.
Okay.
Stink, watch the cat.
Apollo at this point is just looking at Sync. Like, get a gun.
Watch the cat.
Yeah.
Cal runs back into the shed, runs back, picks up the fencing display that he had knocked over, grabs the two Apollo-sized rapiers, runs back out, looks at the cats, and just throws one to each of them.
Okay, this is like my idea, but it involves less guns. Nice.
So Apollo immediately, while catching the sword, puts the Anton helmet back on. On guard!
So the other one looks at the sword, looks at that, and looks really confused. And then gets a little angry. And he immediately hurls himself towards Sync.
What?
And,
I'd like to defend.
okay, go right ahead.
This is going to suck. My savior is awful.
So why are you defending?
Because it's the thing
Oh,
to do.
actually, no, it's my mundane that's awful. Never mind.
There you
My
go.
savior's fine.
He says as he rolls a 3. No, there you go.
You
All
were
right.
saying.
Hey. Alright, so what do you do?
So as the cat just sort of looks around and hurls itself at Sync, Cal reaches into another one of his pockets and pulls out the laser pointer and shines it at the tree.
Apollo immediately darts to the tree.
Right.
Both Apollos do, I'm assuming.
It was his defend roll.
Other
Also-
Apollo.
Also, I'm going to clear condition.
Yeah, that's fine. Other Apollo gets completely distracted by it. He doesn't run over to the tree because Apollo's actually going that way, but he gets completely distracted by it, and instead of, like, biting Sync as he was trying to do, he just kind of, like, his body just kind of flings into him and just kind of, like, hits him and just, like, falls off. Because his head just, like, as he's diving, his head just kind of turns, and there's just yeah, right, yeah.
Alrighty, gotta fix this. So Sync's gonna, like, pick up this Apollo and throw him into the box so he can quickly, like, close the box on him.
Roll to directly engage.
Ooh, I chose poorly.
Yes, you did.
Do I have a bonus? Can I get a plus against Apollo?
No.
Darn
Not
it.
Apollo.
It's not Apollo. Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
Well, when
Yeah, this isn't what
There's
I did.
nothing I can do to help you.
Yeah, no, when
No.
you go to grab him, he bites your hand hard.
Ah,
I need you to mark a condition for me.
where's embarrassed? I got bit by a cat. Oh, insecure works.
So when that happens, by the way, you notice that this Apollo's eyes turn kind of red as he looks at you guys, and he just kind of gives a snarl, and then just darts off in a direction.
Cal, as he darts off, Cal looks and goes, I don't think so, kitty. And he, basically where he's standing, he stomps on the ground, and you just hear this humming as Cal has activated the electric fence.
Ooh.
Oh,
I believe this is always prepared.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was trying to think if that's just a roll of. Yeah, that's. I'm like, have we established an electric fence yet? No. Okay.
Nope, we have
now.
not.
No, we have not. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
the best part of always prepared. You have now.
Oh.
I snake eyes!
Yes, you did. So you turn on the electric fence. So what was that supposed to do? Just out of curiosity.
exactly what an electric fence is supposed to do.
Right. So you push the button.
I mean, I have the answer to why it doesn't work if you don't.
I know, I've got one. You push the button, and you realize something. The battery...
You have the collar on.
No, well, there's that. Yeah, there's that, and I'm like, and the batteries to your remote's dead, but... yeah, no, he doesn't have a collar on either. So, yeah, he runs off.
Apollo's just stamping the tree now, like where'd the laser pointer go?
Hold on, Apollo.
Yeah?
How long have you been gone?
A day or two? 3?
3?
Something like that? I don't know. Something about, I put my collar on the kid, and I hopped in the van, and then, I don't know, weird thing. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, so you were there at the house when we went there, but then when we left, you...
Huh. So what? Who pulled the switch on us?
Time to go to the surveillance.
We're not gonna try to chase that thing?
I don't know about you, but I am not fast enough to keep up with that.
Okay, maybe not.
I'm just glad I had next day shipping. It was expensive, but it was worth it.
It's overnight, actually.
Overnight, yeah.
Even
Overnight.
like same day.
Whoever that thing was, I hope he had his shots.
Speaking of which, Sync,
What?
you're starting to lose a little bit of feeling in your hand.
Cal?
Yes, come on in. Let's go. Apollo, bring whatever else is in your box.
Apollo starts rummaging through. He's got a little hammer.
That's actually adorable.
It is. It's so adorable.
Instead of carrying it though, like you would like on the back too, he's got it in his teeth. He's got the helmet on, and it's kind of just sticking out the bottom of the teeth because he's got the mask that lets you, like that.
Oh, that's hyper adorable.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end of the stream, Chan will have that drawn.
Yeah, maybe not.
I need to play a cute, very adorable character just so I can guilt Cham into drawing things.
It doesn't take much.
No. No, it doesn't. Just make an animal character, and you'll get a picture of him.
All right, note to
You're doing
self.
really good.
Henry is now getting a adorable animal costume.
Oh,
There you
sweet. There we go.
So,
Lutra costume.
Yes.
Outfit.
oh gosh. So yeah, what think?
I can't feel my hand.
All right, let's go. Rushes you in, sits you down, does all the stuff, does the blood draw, immediately scans it against what he knows to be what he saw. You
don't even need to make any kind of roll for this because you immediately can tell whatever this cat bit him with, it's gotten into his system. The DP50, or more specifically, the paralytic version of it that you guys saw at the beginning of this whole series.
Okay.
By the way, Sake, your hand is starting to not be able to move.
Okay, Sink, here's what's gonna happen. All right.
What?
Sit down.
Okay.
Don't move. Apollo.
Apollo's already kind of like sniffing the house, and he's kind of like throwing things where this other cat's been laying across the house angrily.
Right.
He's gonna look at the nurse. I forgot the name. He goes, all
Mary,
right, I'm gonna
Mary.
need your help. Mary, all right, I'm gonna need your help. We're gonna have to do this quickly. I need you to just hold him down. Up top, sedation. He just goes,
Oh gosh, am I gonna lose my arm? Am I gonna lose my arm? I don't want to lose my arm. I need my arm.
Stay. Look at me.
Yeah.
Don't panic. The more you panic, the faster your heart's gonna go, and the quicker this is gonna get through. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to breathe. Look at me and breathe. Okay.
Breathing.
Now look at Mary. She's gonna talk you through it. I need you
Gotcha.
to look at her and listen to everything she's saying.
Okay.
At this point, Apollo senses the panic and Sink, and he goes and curls up in Sink's lap.
Aww.
So Cal runs
So it doesn't
over.
smell like the other cat. So
Yeah.
Cal runs over to his cabinet full of different blood types, looks around, pulls out Sinks, grabs it, and just starts doing. And we saw the blood transfusion with the cat.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing with Sink.
Oh, wow. So, Mary has amazing bedside manner, by the way. Like, she's a nurse practitioner who apparently they're actually, like, as part of their thing is, like, they're actually good with people, with being the nurse and whatnot. So she is, like...
Do you want me to roll always prepared?
Go ahead. It's not going to affect the outcome, per se. It will, something bad might happen, but, okay. So...
Cal's marking guilty.
Okay. So yeah, you're fine. By the way, you've also now come face to face with your shame.
That's why Cal's marking guilty.
Fair. Was that for the release your powers thing or none?
And then for the unleash your powers, he's marking angry.
Okay. I thought you were angry already. Oh, you cleared that.
I cleared that on the defend.
Right.
Right.
I'm always angry.
So Sig's trying to relax while he's on the bed and, like, petting Apollo and, like, occasionally trying to move his bum hand and, like...
Mary keeps telling you, just don't try it. Just relax. Just let it happen. She looks over at some point during all this. She looks over at you, Cal. She's like, "What is this stuff? Like, how do you know so much about it?"
The short version is it was initially invented as a way to attempt to combat, and he points to his brother, what he has. It was stolen by the more militarized aspect of your people and weaponized into a potent paralytic. How they managed to get it into the fangs of whatever the hell that cat was is something else entirely.
Maybe he was a robot.
Editor's note, that's the other game.
Oh. Sorry, Mr. Editor.
Gosh. I don't know what they've been doing. Like,
So,
the place is just so different anymore.
as she's doing that, Cal is no longer paying her any mind.
Yeah.
He is gone and he is rounding up Athena and Rufus and the rest of the gang of cats he has.
Mm-hmm.
So he is down and he looks at all of them and he turns the translator on and he just looks and goes, "Okay, I need a favor from all of you."
They look up at you and they're like, they all kind of stand at attention.
You all smell who was just in here who wasn't our friend Apollo. I need you to scour the area and find him.
Right. So Brutus, like, nods and looks at his rest of his gang. And he starts... Even though your translator's on, this isn't, like, something that translates, because he's, like,
Right.
speaking to the cats at this point. Right. So but he's clearly giving them orders.
Right. And then Cal looks and goes, "And by the way, if you have any other feline friends out there who are willing to help, employ them, let them know when it's over. There will be a gigantic tuna feast."
Brutus looks up at you and nods. And it's like, "Will do, sir." And they all go off. Athena kind of looks around. She's like, "I thought he smelled different. He looked the same, though. This is weird."
Yeah.
I'll go out and help, too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, all of them go. There's no more cats inside, except for Apollo. There are no cats in Cal's lab. Except Apollo.
Yes.
So yeah, Cal walks back up, dusts himself off for getting down to the cat level.
Yeah, so, like, Zachariah is just staring at you like, I don't know how you got the respect and loyalty of a gang of cats like that, but good to you, sir.
He just literally turns and points to Apollo and goes, "M."
Yeah. Gregory's kind of sleeping. He's recovering. He just mother's like, just rest, and he's doing that now. And she's also bandaged up his tail a bit because that's where the tracker was that they ripped out of him.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, after ensuring everything's okay on all of his end, Cal is he goes into the lab, hits a button, the door just whoosh, and shuts. And we just get the comic panel that just like the random onomatopoeia of noises coming from, and it's not like your clickety clack noises. It's like bubble and hiss, and there's a couple of like mini explosions. You can tell there's something chemical going on in here. You're just not sure what.
So Mary, by the way, is sync finished then, or is this one of the things that
That's what I was wondering about. I don't know how long this takes.
This takes as long as the editor needs it to take.
Okay, so Mary's still tending to, as the process is, going on. And she's like, does that always happen? Does he always do that?
Yeah, it's kind of his thing. I think that's his thinking place.
Gosh, that cat got you pretty good, too.
Yeah, this is why I don't usually get into fights.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. I mean, although, I guess we're kind of stuck. I really don't want...
So, what's the deal with you, anyway? Are you, like, a war nurse, or... Like, where'd you learn how to do the stuff that you're doing?
I went to med school.
Like, when you came here, not when you were over there?
I mean, we were close enough. The Citadel's not, like, that far from Caelus City. I applied, and...
You commuted?
Yes. Why not?
I didn't know we had that good of relations. That we shared students like that.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Up until this started. Like, back before, the general took over, it was us. We would just do what... we would... a lot of us even lived in Caelus City, and then that started, and... a lot of them got called back, and then... It's just... It's just not... It's not what it's supposed to be. Like, we had great relations with Caelus City. Like, it was one of those things that had taken... hundreds of years, but we were finally integrating. And yet that all gets thrown away in just one act of powder-hungry. She looks very upset. Not at you, but, just upset. Oh, jeez, I lost you. Seriously? I can't hear you guys. If you can still hear me. Okay, this is a very strange thing. How in the world do I fix this? There we go. I'm back.
Hey!
I don't know what in the world is going on with that, but...
Might just be your internet connection. Like,
I don't think so. Like, the fact... Yeah, I mean, the fact is, like, you guys can still hear me, which is weird. So, anyway, I'm sorry.
It is strange.
I lost you the moment I said that, she said the last
you lost me long before that, but I was able to hear you doing it.
Sorry.
I was trying to talk in between it, and I'm like, he's not stopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, but no, that's right. But Sync's actually gonna kind of like look at her after she says all that. He's gonna say, yeah, it's kind of the way it goes. Like, all that great stuff screwed up by one mistake.
I hope that when this all gets taken care of, you'll just be able to um, get back to the way things were quickly.
I mean, either that or we'll just have a war forever, like between our nations. That'll be fun.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I know. So, hey, happier topic. What's wrong with Owen?
Happier topic.
It's gotta be happier than war.
Your friend might be dying, and you think that's better than war?
Maybe grand scheme of things, but no. I just want to know what's going on with him.
Well, I'm afraid I'm not entirely certain, but Zachariah's research apparently has led to this, but he's running a fever. He's obviously got the nausea. I'm not sure exactly what's causing it. I know what's causing it. I don't know why it's causing it, because that's not what was... It's one of those things that's not what was supposed to happen with his research. I know that much. But, like, what they did to it to make it into what it is now, and what it's doing to him... It's strange, though. The follicles on his tail are turning white, and they're dying, like, dead white. Not like a silvery white color.
Is it happening because he's not a lizard?
I don't think so. It wasn't supposed to be a lizard only thing.
Well, I mean, like, if he only tested on lizards and that's all the research was done on, maybe the problem is that he's not a lizard.
Well, that isn't the only... It wasn't the only cell structures that was tested. You guys frozen me. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure something out here. Hold on a second. I'm probably just gonna disconnect this call and reconnect, so hold on. Let me jump out of here. This is gonna screw everything up on the Discord, on the stream layover, but whatever. Now it's not even connecting. This. I can't even connect to the call now. That's interesting. Alright, well, hold on a second, everybody. Okay.
Hi.
You back?
Yeah. Yeah, that's us back here. I gotta figure out how to get this back up to the... Oh, great.
What's up?
Oh, the camera... I knew I was gonna screw this up. The camera captures are just completely off, but...
Oh, because they all moved around?
Well, no, I mean, like, as in, it's not... This isn't capturing it, Yeah, this is gonna be a pain. Yeah, it is. Alright. Anyway, so, sorry, where were we?
Talking about why you guys tested multiple cell structures. I think that was the big last thing. Like what it was what the Celestine stuff was supposed to do.
Oh. I mean, it was a way to try to give others, like, magical powers, but it just, it turned into something just so much more worse.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't even know... I don't know what they did. Like, I don't know why they would have done it. the way they did there, but
What about Cal's mom, too? Why do they even have her there?
I mean, that I couldn't tell you. I mean, they needed to kidnap her to get the formula they were looking for, I guess, but why is she still there and not, I don't.
And then they do an Apollo look-alike.
That I have no idea.
Ooh. Does this qualify as saving a teammate's life?
If not, it's help a teammate when they need you the most. It's one of the two. I just want to know which drive it.
I'd go closer to the latter.
Okay, no, fair enough. I know it checks off one of those two.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know which drive it checked off.
I feel like it saves my life.
Right. Yeah, because he wouldn't have died that quickly from it. It would have taken a little while. So, but yeah, you definitely the other one.
And when I mark a drive, I can either clear a condition, mark potential, or gain influence over someone. I don't need to gain influence. I don't think that in this case, clearing the condition makes sense, so I'm going to mark potential.
Okay. All right, so.
Nice.
Sorry about that. Carry on.
No, you're fine.
No, it's fine.
So Mary just kind of sighs. And she just shakes her head like this is all. And she looks over at Owen too, and she's like, I'm doing what I can to help him, but its fever's not getting worse, but it's not breaking either. I don't know.
And we can't do anything about it?
Not until I can figure out what's causing any of it. It may even just be his body trying to burn off some infection, but I don't know.
Maybe. Well,
you hear a loud explosion at this point come from the laboratory area.
Ah!
So everybody else huh? So Zachariah goes over and gives a knock on the door. And he's like, Cal, are you okay in there?
Are you done?
You get the slow door opening, and as the door slowly starts to open, there's just smoke plumes rifling out of the door. And then we get the comic panel. There's just Cal standing in the door with this look on his face of just, you're not sure if he's lost it or what, but he's got this crazed look in his eye.
Oh dear.
I think he finally did it. I think he finally made a bomb.
So Zachariah looks at you and is like, he's a chemist. I'm sure he's made 50.
Well, yes.
That's first of all, he goes, that's chemistry 101. We went over this when you were studying for your test.
Yeah.
Number 2, no, I didn't make a bomb. I made so much more and so much better. And he looks and goes, if we're going to save my mother and Owen, there's only one place we can go. And I'm not going to force anyone to come with me. But let's go raid the Citadel.
I give you a hand, but
He looks and goes, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep,
You're starting to get your movement back in your hand.
oh, jeez.
Mary's like, okay, now just take it a little easy. It's probably going to take a little bit to get full movement back, but it looks like you're going to be okay.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Cal. He holds up his hand and does one of these where it's whatever. Yeah, the other one. Thumbs up. Thanks, Cal.
Yeah, very quick.
Follow, you coming?
Yeah. And Apollo's kind of looking at the two of you. Y'all let him sleep in my bed.
Hey, we have 5 cats here that were supposed to tell us when you weren't you, and none of them did their job.
Yeah, we'll have a word with them later.
Yeah, well, right now they're off trying to find where our imposter Apollo went. And if it's that bad in the bed, you know the button to get you a new one.
That one was comfy.
Would it help if I said I made some more modifications to your Roomba?
Ooh.
Apollo pulls his paw up and kind of strokes his chin. Do tell.
He comes over, he goes, whoop, and then the Roomba like sort of like the light up on the pedestal, and he looks and goes, I've added a switch. You'll see there's 3 modes. There's normal. You flick it down, and it flash freezes the M&M's minis. You flick it up, it turns them into a molten stream of chocolate. Boop.
I like this. I accept your apology.
We're gonna get use out of this. So, Cal,
Bring
you're
the
the brains of this
Roomba.
outfit. You clearly know what we're gonna do to raid this place, right? What's the plan?
But the plan is simple. We walk in, we punch a bunch of lizards, and we find the general.
Just like through the front door?
Did you see any windows?
No, but I saw a big old fence we could fly over.
We still have to go through the front door after we fly over the fence.
Yeah, we have to go through the front door eventually. Okay.
So, Zachariah looks at you. He's like, okay, so what exactly is your objective? Is it just to get your mother out of there? Because that's easier to do than anything else.
Oh, you heard the punch lizards one too. That's an important
I mean,
point
I
of the-
figured that's going to need to happen to get his mother out of there.
Going into the Citadel, there are 3 objectives, in no particular order. Those objectives are to find whatever formula they've created that has bastardized my product, and to get it so we can reverse engineer a cure. 4 priorities. Number 2 is to figure out whatever the hell they did to Owen, find their research, and reverse engineer a cure. Number 3, find and extract my mother. Number 4, remove the general from power. And yes, I do have a suitable replacement in mind, although someone in this room might not like it.
I mean, I'm okay with ruling country.
He just looks not
Totally cool
Yeah.
with running. I'll take go for anything.
Not to rain on the parade and everything. I mean, I'm all for awesome action. But are we really going to be able to get in there and do all those things? We don't even know where to start looking.
Cal just looks and smiles. Walks over to the bag of blood that he pumped out of you and takes it off the hook. This little ditty will get us anywhere we need to go in that Citadel.
What's that mean?
Ray looks at you like, how?
Simple. They stole a formula from me once. Now I can just go in and say, not only do I have your formula, I've got a cure. Let's make a deal.
You want to negotiate with them? Or you just want to make him think you want to negotiate with them?
My plan is simple. I will get in however I need to.
That doesn't sound simple. It sounds really complicated with a lot of variables.
Yeah.
But it's a plan. I like it.
Oh, there's one other thing.
Hmm.
He looks, hits another button, and just a conveyor, like the ceiling pops open, and like 3 or 4 different like bags fall out of the ceiling, tied up with the rope and just hanging there. He looks at Apollo and Sync. We're gonna need these too.
And these are, Sync walks over to one.
Just things that, as we're walking through, need to be discreetly and nonchalantly placed in every ventilation shaft you can see and find.
So you're gonna bug the place. We're gonna bug the place.
No. We're well beyond bugging the place. I mean, if you open the bag up, those aren't technological bugs at all.
He opens it up and takes a look.
If Sync knows anything at all about chemistry or anything like that, they're aerosol dispersers.
Are you gonna gas the place?
I'm at least going to threaten it.
Not bad. Okay, man.
Look, at this point, they've been a step ahead of us at every turn, every corner. They've put several people I care about in danger. I'm done. I'm done sitting on my back foot. I'm done second-guessing everything I've done over the past 2 years. This
I'm
is
with you.
the only gambit I've got left.
I'm with you all the way. Like, they screwed with my friend, they screwed with my friends' friends and mothers. Like, I'm ticked off at them too. But I just want to make sure we, like, aren't just going to go in there and get ourselves caught up. So, I mean, last time, they had some defenses.
Zachariah looks at you like, look, get the information, get your mother. I'm not 100% sure you're going to be able to get to the general. Like, even with all of this, I don't know if that's even going to happen. He's going to be very well protected. He may not even be there right now.
Wait, the general was the guy who we saw when we were there last time, right?
No, he's not. He didn't. He's not.
Okay. Saw a big lizard.
You saw somebody who's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, I'm game for this, Cal, and I'll do what I can to get those things in there.
Oh, he looks and goes, one more thing I need to do. He walks over to a computer, hits a button, and there's just a big countdown screen. It looks like it says 12 hours and starts counting down minute by minute by minute.
Okay.
This is the countdown for the aerosols?
This is an insurance policy.
I'm glad you're my friend.
So Murray kind of looks around and is like, you didn't set this thing to self-destruct, did you?
Why would I set this place to self-destruct?
I don't know. I just, at this point, I'm not really assuming anything.
Look, here's what I'm going to say. Daniel.
Yeah?
If things go crazy and the red lights start to flash in here, he looks at Zachariah and goes, red lights start to flash, I need you to go get my father immediately. And then looks at Daniel and goes, and I need you to start the Figaro protocols.
Oh, do I get to push the button this time?
Only if the red lights start flashing.
Oh, okay. Zachariah looks at you and is like, oh no, I'm going with you.
Wouldn't that kind of give everything away?
You need somebody to, one, like, who knows the layout of that place, and two, you want to find all this data, right? You're going to need someone like me who can rip it out of a computer.
But don't they hate you? They know you're a traitor.
Yeah, of course they do.
So how am I going to get them not to, like, shoot you on sight or kidnap you or whatever when they know you can't be trusted? They barely know us.
Well,
Cal opens a drawer, pulls out what appear to be 2 pairs of handcuffs and what looks like a chain link handcuff collar.
that'll work.
Wait. I got a better idea. What about that device that your mom used when she was pretending to be your mom?
You think they won't be prepared for that?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Gimmick handcuffs.
Makes sense.
Alright.
And look, the lights on yours even make it look like it's power dampening.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, they don't like the fact that I am a technomancer. That's kind of one of the main points of tension before the general even took over.
Well, as long as it doesn't hurt our chances of getting a conversation.
I'm
He
actually,
looks and goes, go ahead. Yeah. Well, this is when Cal looks and goes, The light up handcuffs looks at Sink and goes, the light up handcuffs aren't for you, Sink.
Oh no, I thought they were for him. He points to Zechariah.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Zechariah looks at you, he's like, yeah, powers like yours, they have wards all over the place to stop them from working. Magic like yours, I should say.
It's me that they can't account for.
Yeah, and Apollo, of course. Well, Cal, if I can't use my powers in there, how am I going to get any of these bombs anywhere?
Like I said, just because you can't use your powers doesn't mean you can't use your trickery. Smoke and mirrors, my friend. And to prove a point, he walks up behind you and reaches behind your ear and pulls out one of the orbs that would be one of the dispersal devices.
Alright, cute. So I'll pull them out of the lizard's ears and put them into shafts. Gotcha.
No, I put that one behind your ear 5 minutes ago when you were looking at it. It's amazing what you can do when people aren't fully paying attention.
I mean, I know that much. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
He goes, oh, one other thing. And at this point he goes over to the pile of what appear to be prototype molten metal squirt guns and just starts moving away the big ones and hands you a couple of smaller models. Don't get that on your fur.
What is this?
That is a squirt gun. That one in particular will fire molten pewter, and the other one will fire molten aluminum.
Why are they
Pewter has a lower melting point.
Okay.
Zachariah just looks at you like...
So that one will hurt, that one will bleeping burn.
Huh.
Where's the one that disfigures?
The one that disfigures? He pulls out what appears to be just a giant, a like arm-sized cannon that doesn't have like a squirt gun. It looks like the end of it's a flower pot.
So Apollo runs off to the back room, comes back out, and he's got a red headband that he's tied around his head and picks up the gun. Well, this time he's on 2 feet.
Sort of
This
call
one's
you Cat
mine.
Rambo now.
Catboat. So Mary and Zachariah are just watching all of this, and they're like, how are they this prepared for this? Zachariah's just like, I've stopped asking a long time ago. Like, you just met them earlier today. Like, yes, and I stopped asking hours ago.
And Cal looks and goes, when you have the IQ that I do, and you're in normal school for normal people, you get bored. So you build a lot of things.
See, I always tell them in school, useless. You get nothing out of it. Look at all the stuff you're doing without it.
Yeah. So I just kept every prototype because you never know when you might use it.
Right. Mary,
Also, Apollo, the gun that you have there, only use in extreme circumstances. That's a thermite cannon.
Apollo's ears just perk up. Thermite.
okay. Mary looks at Zachariah like, you sure you really want to go with this? I kind of have to, but holy crap.
Okay, so the plan's then just to go in through the front door, present Zechariah here, and see if we can get an audience.
And then break and maim stuff as we go. I'm cool with
Well,
that.
the breaking and maiming probably happens after we get in.
Pretty much. Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
Few things though. Yeah. Cal, before we go, do you have any more of those cupcakes?
Which ones?
The ones that you made for us, like, when we got back after rescuing, Gregory, you made us some cupcakes?
Yes, you did.
No. I did
No, you
not.
made us chocolate spiders.
I made chocolate spiders.
Right, right,
Do you
yeah.
have any more of those?
He points.
Think we can make a tray of them?
Yes.
Cool.
Rating snacks?
No, I have an idea.
Cal smiles.
Not sure if we... Yeah. But no, like, just make a tray of those and put them in a box.
I'm not getting back in the box again.
Oh, no, you're not getting the box. The box is a gift for our, our new lizard friends.
Wait, they're our friends now? I've been gone way too long.
Sarcasm, Apollo.
Oh.
But no, I figure, like, if I give them this, or, like, it looks like I'm coming in to, like, give them a gift, they're going to want to, inspect things to make sure we're not carrying any weapons or anything, right?
But we are.
Exactly.
You'll notice every weapon you have looks like a super soaker.
Exactly. So, if we're carrying, like, a big box that looks very obvious, the first thing they're going to want to do is inspect it, make sure it's not dangerous, pay attention for it, check every nook and cranny of it. They're not going to pay attention to us.
Oh, they'll pay attention to me. I'm the one coming with the prisoner.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have the shrinker so you can put the thing in my collar? Is that how we're doing this again?
He walks over, snaps like another new collar back on. Already way ahead of you.
I figured as much. I think I'm R2-D2 or something. Bring your weapon in here and pop it out for you when you need it. Yeah, I see how you are.
Well, you wouldn't let me do it the initial way I wanted to.
Yeah, you're not cutting a hole in my back and putting a launcher in my back.
No. I was just going to shrink it down, put it in your cat food, and well, we're not going to get into the rest of it.
Sakurai just kind of shrugs, like, all right, so just guys, be careful. If this starts to go bad, we need an escape plan.
The way this is sounding.
We have one.
We have one.
We have one? We have one.
He just looks Apollo. Project Echo?
I thought it was Project Alexa. Did I get the wrong one?
It might be Project Siri, I don't remember.
Apollo pulls his notes out. Oh yeah. Okay, we got it.
Also, as we're getting prepped to go, at least, he's taking out some of these aerosol bombs from the sack they're in, and he's like putting them on his person in various places.
Okay. So, what do you do?
I love the look of, well, this completely went off the rails.
No, actually, this is
No, like,
we're doing what you
we're
expected us to
going
do.
where you expected, but
Yeah.
we've gotten off the rails to get there.
no, I mean,
I mean, none of this stuff is going to work. We're going to get there, he's going to shut down everything we want to do.
there was no rails. This is like filling in the warehouse before we get on the train.
Fair enough.
Right.
Cal's gonna drive.
I mean, I figured Cal would be driving.
I'm not allowed to drive, apparently. I never get to drive the car.
I don't have my license yet.
Apollo, we've been over this. It's not that you're not allowed to drive. It's that if we're in the city, it's gonna look funny if a house cat's driving the car.
don't know why everyone thinks it's going to look funny. I think it's going to be awesome. We could stream it.
Fine. When we get back from this, we can stream it.
Okay.
But there's a caveat to that.
I don't like caveats. I like caviar.
I was going to say that.
We're also going to start up a YouTube channel. I have a great idea.
Ooh.
Well, I can make money off of it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
DIY science on YouTube. It's going to be great.
So, what are you going to do?
Blow up watermelons.
Yeah, that'll get views.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the formula right there. You have cats and you have explosions. That's kind of what you need to be, you know.
Pretty much.
Exploding kittens is bad.
No,
But that
you don't
game is
explode the
much
cats.
fun. What, you've never played Exploding Kittens?
Regretfully.
Even Apollo's played it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, it really made me feel bad. And then I took some C4 to the stray cat that was, in the front yard.
We needed that earlier, Apollo.
Oh, he took the C4 to the cat. I didn't let him light it.
Aw.
Cut to a panel. There's a cat with C4 strapped to her running around.
Just that cat's existence now.
Because every time everyone sees it, they just run away. Because it's like, oh, it's C4!
And the cat gets free food this way. It's like,
Oh,
sweet!
yeah! Because everyone
I love
just
that.
like toss things at it all the time. Like,
Get away!
he's like the fattest street cat like ever because everyone just gives him everything because they're just like throwing it like, get away from it. Alright, so
Alright, so, Cal, gotta follow your lead on this.
Zachariah kind of goes towards the car and kind of gives a sigh. He's like, I can't believe we're going back there, but alright, let's do it. It's a good cause.
Yep. If all goes according to plan, then this will be taken care of. We get the driving montage.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Sig's like fidgeting anxiously in the car.
Apollo's got the 80s hair metal rolling.
Gonna need a montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Right. So, you guys make it to the so you get off the highway, make it to the forest that has the road that goes towards the Citadel. So I don't know how far you're going before you prep anything, but
As soon as we get to the thing, I just go, all right, and slap the fake cuffs on.
right. All right. So, the large Citadel doors are closed at the moment and whatnot. There are guard towers. There's no one specifically outside the doors per se, but you figure if you walk up to them, people will see you.
No, at this point, Cal drives the car up and just hits the horn, which we've never heard up until this point. You hear.
Of course you would.
So
it could have been worse.
Right. So you just get a voice over a speaker, this is a restricted area. Who are you, and why are you honking a stupid sounding horn at us?
Because that's the only horn the car has. I understand this is a restricted area, but I come bearing gifts. At this point, Cal gets out of the car and basically does the get out and pulls Zachariah up.
Which he follows along with. He's remains silent and kind of he's put this look on his face like he looks defeated. To kind of play up the whole thing. It's getting darker out because it's starting to become evening, so they shine a spotlight down on you and more specifically Zachariah. And there's this pause. And they're like, okay, hold there. And
Before you go, I'm going to say this once and once only. This is a one-time offer. If you want to hear anything I have to say about this offer, I will be speaking with the general in charge and only the general in charge.
Is General, so I'm hungry.
Later, Apollo.
so they don't respond to that right away.
Uh-huh.
But there's a time. It takes a while, but at one point, so it's not the large doors that open, but there's like another set kind of off to the side that is smaller for people to kind of walk through and whatnot. But it's still like layers of locks and things before the door opens, and out walks about 5 different lizards, all of them armed. One of which...
At this point, I would like to point out that for communication purposes, because these are fake handcuffs, the communicators we have in our ears, Zachariah can easily just telekinetically telepath technomance into them.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for the record.
If you can even use it under this stuff that they do.
Also, Zachariah can contact you guys, is what you're saying.
Right. We can't get right because he can hear us, but we don't want him
right. Yeah.
knowing that he's communicating to us. So basically, it was just like, yep, make sure you point out who is who, so we know what's going on. The whole
Right.
9 yards, yada yada.
Well,
I want to scare them with my knowledge.
Right. And he looks up and so the 5 of them are coming out, and he looks. Zachariah kind of gives a look up, and you hear him in your ear saying, it's not the general. It's,
Who was it?
it's Colonel,
Sanders?
no,
Oh,
it's Colonel Moon.
That doesn't sound tasty.
No. He's the 3rd in command here.
This point, Cal's going to look. I don't believe you heard what I said. I said I was talking to the general. And you decide you want to send out your 3rd in command. Not happening.
So the Colonel Moon, who is he's actually a gray-scaled lizard. Kind of looks at you and gives a bit of a smile, smirk. Is like, well, the general is not here, so you'll either have to deal with me. Well, I have all of the power the general would have in both his absence and the absence of my superior. But they're off right now, doing other things. They're not expected to be back for a little while. So you're dealing with me or no one.
Apollo just hops back in the car. No one sounds good.
Well, then I guess you don't want to make this deal then.
Oh, they point guns at you. Like, oh no. No, we do.
we're outside the gates at this point, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's outside.
Okay.
Then it's quite simple. If you want to make this deal, I will be speaking to the general. I don't want his servant's servant. I want the general.
He looks at you like,
Apollo pops out. No lackey, no lackey.
So the Moon just looks at you and is like, he's not here, which he's legitimately not here. So, as I said, you're either going to deal with us or we'll just take him. Because we definitely know who that is. But we are willing to talk because, you've brought a wanted fugitive back to us. Sakurai kind of scoffs slightly, but keeps his head down. you all hear a mumbling in your ears like, you guys are the ones who are the stupid outlaws.
What are we looking at out here, by the way?
What do you mean?
Like,
What was the mumbling? Because I didn't hear a word you just said.
Sorry. He said, he mumbles, you guys are the outlaws. You're taking over this our tribe, doing all this crap. Like, he's basically muttering how this isn't how anything's supposed to be.
Yeah, no.
real quick, not to derail too much, but like, what's out here with us? Like, who was it? Does he have a company of lizards behind him?
Yeah, it said there's 4 lizards behind him, all with guns trained on you guys right now.
How are they dressed?
I mean, like soldiers.
So they have like giant battle fatigues?
No, not like that. Just they've got uniforms on, basic.
Like when you say uniforms.
I don't know, man. I didn't think of this.
Do they have big pockets?
Not really. I mean, I don't even know what...
I'm looking to see if they have any pouches I could slip one of these grenades into.
Pouches? No.
Unfortunately, the lizards were not drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
What kind of comic book is this? Where'd they get care of their extra ammo they don't need?
Considering it was just a, one car coming out here, no, they're just armed with guns and whatnot, so... No, they're not, decked out and all this mess. It's clearly just, a patrol unit kind of a thing.
Because usually battle fatigues have, big pockets on the side that usually...
Yeah, but it's not anything... Yeah, they're not like that. They're basically just guards, and, again, it's just a patrol thing. It wasn't, they're not dressed to be soldiers to go out yet.
Gotcha. Carry on, then.
Hey, Sink, I got an idea.
What's your idea?
You're not gonna like it.
No, we need something. I like whatever it is.
Make a portal behind them and let me jump in it with one of the gas grenades.
I actually like that more than you'd think. Yeah. Let's try that. But first, let me take a look at something. I want to assess the situation.
Okay.
Because I thought I was still in the car. I thought we were still in the car and Cal was talking. But...
You're wherever you want to be.
Well,
as far as I know...
You're next to the car, right, Cal?
Well, Apollo hopped back in, but yeah, we have...
We do. But are you next to the car, Cal, or are you out in front?
Cal's out in front talking.
Yeah.
You got the spotlight shined on him right now.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm doing Criminal Mind here to basically assess situations on these guys.
Okay.
Okay, on 11, I get to ask... I think it's still considered an assess situation, so I still have 2 questions.
Yep.
So, one of the things I absolutely want to ask here is, looking at these guys who are in front of us, what here is useful or valuable to me?
It's a good answer, the fact that they're all trained on Cal, and the fact is that they're really not paying much attention to you because they've got their eyes on Cal and Zachariah. So the thing that's really valuable to you is the fact that they're not paying attention to you.
That is useful.
Okay.
Last question, and what's the best way in or past these guys?
Best way in or past these guys? I mean, the clear answer would be take them out and go through the open door that's behind them.
I said the best. There's value judgments here.
Right. That, or you clearly could do the plan you wanted to do just by going with this colonel instead of wanting the general to be there.
No, that's what you want us to do. So that's not the best idea. No. Okay.
You want that option, so we're not gonna do it.
I gave you 2 completely separate options.
You did. Okay. Well then, let's try option number 1 then. Apollo?
Yes.
You ready for a trip? Take the grenades?
Let me grab these explosives and the gas dispersion device. Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright.
Apollo quickly slaps the two together before he jumps in the.
Yep, making a portal that's going to pop up behind these guys as they're focused on Cal.
Mm-hmm.
So, Apollo, do your thing.
So Apollo jumps in, pops out the other side, and he's dropping the dispersal device into one of the guy's boots.
Okay. What would that even be? Is that directly engage?
It's hard to say. I used my powers to get him in there.
Yeah, I figured that's just happening. This is Apollo's
Right.
spotlight, so...
This is
Yeah.
Apollo's spotlight.
So
Directly engaged probably
yeah.
sounds.
Yeah, that's about
Yeah.
the best thing I can think of.
Or provoke. Yeah, directly engage is good.
No, because he's trying to do something to
Yeah,
them.
no, it would either be directly engage or unleash.
Right.
Gotcha.
Alright, so pick one.
And do I get to add +2 to that if I help him through destructive means, which is the grenades?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have an ability called...
Troublemaker.
Yes.
Can...
It's you get to add +2 when you help a teammate if you do something destructive, criminal, or rule-breaking.
You're not doing
I
anything.
mean,
I'm getting him in there.
we kind of broke into the building.
True.
I'll definitely throw a grenade in there through the portal, too.
I'm pretty sure at this point everything is considered rule breaking.
Yeah, that's true. Criminal or destructive, you can get them +2 instead of +1, but you have to spend team for the pool. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Alright, yeah,
That works for me.
that's fine.
Because that lets me resist and avoid their blows,
Yeah.
and impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Because
Go.
I'm going to drop this in their boots, and I'm going to just, it's the whole pop out of the portal, fall back into the portal.
Hey! Back in the car.
So what does those things do?
Good.
Well,
Oh.
there's two things
There's
they
explosives,
do. So
and then whatever
someone's
Teach
getting
did.
Someone's getting their boot blown off. And the dispersal device explosion, anyone who's in the area is going to smell a interesting combination of smells. It's going to be lemongrass, coffee grounds, garlic, cayenne powder, and egg. All scents that lizards absolutely despise.
Okay.
And now we're back off the rails that we sort of gotten on.
No, it's like I'm just trying to think of what that...
Horrible would be the phrase I would use. That's what that smells like.
No, it's not that. I'm trying to think of like how that plays out.
Well,
Well, someone's
I guess-
foot hurts.
well, they suddenly have an explosion that happened behind them, and a
Right.
terrible smell that's probably blindingly awful.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so you do that, and then they... So there's an explosion. And
At the explosion, Cal is going to immediately grab Zechariah and duck behind the car, screaming, "What the hell? This is supposed to be peaceful. You have to go blow shit up!"
So that happens.
I thought you'd like it.
He was yelling at the lizards. Not you
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, right. Yeah, you jerks.
So there's that, and there's obviously a lot of commotion, but then there's the smell that's coming through the air, and I'm assuming it's pretty potent, as the four soldier lizards are basically choking, dropped to the ground, and they're just, like, breathing in horribly. The colonel has, that the explosion kind of, I don't want to say ran, but, jumped away from that area, so he's not as affected by the horrible odor that everybody else is. So, but he's still clearly very distracted by all of this, and he's looking towards your car, and with some great disdain, and he is reaching
Rocket
into
surprise, too.
right, and he reaches in towards his belt and starts pulling out like a handgun.
Can I thermite him?
Or do we keep trying to play this straight?
I could hit the Kit Kat cannon.
No. Cal is when Cal's behind the car. He pulls out like one of those squirt guns of his own. Just like, okay, obviously if that wasn't me because I was there, it wasn't you. Who the hell was that, Colonel?
He points his gun at you. Is like, we obviously wouldn't have blown up our own soldiers.
And Why would I be blowing you up when I'm trying to make a deal with you?
You weren't trying to make a deal with me, though. That's kind of the thing. Remember? He kind of hisses.
Yeah. No scrubs. No scrubs. We want the leader.
Negotiation 101. You start high and work down to compromise. We've been talking for less than 5 minutes. Why would I escalate to explosions?
Oh, what is that? Oh! That is awful. General, what kind of bombs you got in there? Y'all have no discipline. Why are we even here?
I don't know. They're just totally unprofessional.
Cal reaches into the trunk and pulls out a stuffed banana and does this.
Zachariah, by the way, is like coughing, eyes tearing up kind of a thing. Like, you just hear you like, that's way more strong than I thought it was going to be. Oh,
Cal looks and puts the lizard up, the banana up to Zachariah's face. Gotta make it look like I'm carrying for the merchandise.
Right. So, he's like, so the Colonel's like, look, if you want us to believe in any way, shape, or form that you were not involved in this, you're all going to come in with me right now, and we'll have a good talk, and you're going to be under guard the whole time.
Colonel, how could I have done this? You were watching me. You had eyes on me the entire time.
And I was just in here. Zeke waves from the car. It's like, hi.
He just looks at you and is like, do you think I always trust everything that my senses tell me? I know there's tricky things out there. I'm not naive, sir. I am not saying you necessarily did it, but I'm not saying you didn't either. Now, do you want to attempt some kind of negotiation for your prisoner, or should I just start ordering my guards to start shooting? Not them.
They're not shooting anything.
No, not them. Other ones. And he points upwards, and there's, the two guards sitting on the top of the wall with sniper rifles.
Right, snipers. This is our chance in, Cal. Do we take it?
Yes, we do.
Apollo, still in the car, puts the thermite gun down. Fine.
Looks goes, if another explosion happens within range from me, I don't care if I'm under guard or not, I'm going to defend myself.
Moon smirks. It's like, if another explosion happens around us with you around, you won't live to see the end of it. Let's go.
That's real nice hospitality. You can't even protect your own borders.
See?
I think he just threatened us.
Shut up.
That's it, go ahead.
We still need to at least make this look good. Let's go.
Right. Okay.
Hold your breath.
Oh.
So,
Can we clean up on
He just looked
L2 here?
He just looked at his Apollo. Be thankful I couldn't finish using everything I wanted to use. This is just the household items.
You wanted to make this worse?
Of course he did.
I have 6 cats in a shed.
You, sir, are twisted.
Six go push up by the collar of his jacket over his nose as he walks.
So, 2 more guards come out, only they're wearing, gas masks as they come out. And they have, just rifles and whatnot, and they're guiding or leading you guys into the Citadel, which you've been in before. Of course, Sink, the moment you walk in, you feel this oppressive force on you because of all the dark runes around the walls.
They have that stuff active all the time?
It's not that it's active. It's not that it's active. It's just there.
Gotcha.
They're runes. They don't have to be powered.
Well, that's just cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So Six fur kind of rises a little bit as he feels that. He kind of shuffles his coat a bit, like trying to pull up closer just to...
So you hear in your ear from Zachariah, who's still coughing and whatnot, just like, yeah, ancient runes prevent magic from doing anything. Just try to remain calm so they don't think that you're actually magical in the first place.
Well, I tried to think how stupid Sync would be. He wouldn't have gone full black. That's when they last saw him. So he's in his normal color. But he is going to, shove one of his hands into his pockets as he's walking in, and he can feel the magic kind of, fading away.
Yeah.
Because he wants to hide.
Right.
Yes, this is why you have liquid metal.
Right.
So, you guys are brought inside, and as you've seen this place before, but they don't take you directly to the main building, like the main castle kind of thing. They take you off to a side area that's, clearly looks like some kind of, I wouldn't call it a holding area per se, but, it's like a conference room building kind of thing. It's got a few rooms in it that are clearly there for general purposes and whatnot, and they take you into one. There's a few chairs and whatnot, but it's clearly cut off from a lot of other things. And they're like, alright. So Moon comes in, whatnot, and he said he's got more guards with him just in case. But most of them staying outside, but the two with the gas masks do come in, and they keep those on. They do come in with him and whatnot, and again, everything's got some kind of firearm trained on you guys. And Moon kind of crosses his arms like, so, you brought a traitor back to us. What are you looking for in return?
Well, there are several things I'm looking for.
Okay.
We'll start with my mother.
So Moon kind of tilts his head and looks at you like, huh?
Two years ago, you and your compatriots decided to kidnap my mother, send one of yours to replace her with a hollow device, steal a formula of mine, which I also want back, and then keep my mother here for 2 years.
So as you start explaining this, he gets this look on his face, this kind of really creepy and horrific smile, and he goes, oh, you're that kid. This makes things interesting, doesn't it? I didn't think you would just pop right in here.
You took things from me. I'm here to get them back.
Well, I'm gonna have to tell you that you're gonna be a little disappointed. But hey, maybe we'll let you see your mother again. Don't know if she'll recognize you.
What's that mean?
Exactly what I said.
I don't believe you heard me correctly. I'm taking my mother and my formula. And then you get your little present.
Oh, silly boy. We already have our present. You, and everyone in the the two guards now train their guns directly at you, at Cal.
Singh kind of shuffles around in his pocket.
Stand down. You say.
Yeah, someone with that kind of knowledge, that knowledge of chemistry, and being able to make what you did. Oh. Yeah, that's something we definitely want to extract out of your head.
So that's how it's going to be, huh? Fine.
You're the one who walked in here.
Let's sweeten the pot. You want me? Yes?
Oh, yes. Well, want is a strong word, because we have you.
So let's sweeten the deal then. My formula and the means to cure the one you infected with Celestine. And you get me free of charge.
So that second part, he kind of tilts his head and actually looks confused at that, what?
Your tribe kidnapped a young lynx and infected him with Celestine.
Wasn't my operation.
It was your people.
Just saying it wasn't my operation. I didn't say it wasn't our people. Saying I don't know anything about that. I don't know how to help you on that one. This is 2 years ago? Must have been a test gone wrong. I doubt we kept
How
much
would you
of
know
it.
it's 2 years ago?
He just said it, didn't he?
No, he didn't say a specific year.
I thought Teej just said 2 years ago. I'm sorry.
His formula was taken care of 2 years
That's
ago.
right. I'm sorry.
Owen was kidnapped 6 months ago.
Right, yeah, I forget that. Sorry.
That's
Looking
right.
at my tapes. So just say, yeah, that's not my operation. I don't know how to help you on that one. Not that I'm thinking it matters all that much.
It matters.
Exactly what do you think you're going to do when I tell you that there's not going to be a deal? You're just our prisoner now.
I'm going to look at you and smile. Because you think I wasn't expecting this? I knew exactly what to expect when I got in here.
Okay. So one of the guards holds his rifle up and looks like he's about to fire directly at you.
I wasn't planning on leaving.
Oh.
Singh looks at Cal like, what?
I knew full well, as soon as I explained who I was and why I was here, this would be what happened. So, let's just cut the chase and get to the point here. Let's go, let's walk, give me the grand tour, and let's just get it over with.
Yeah. So everyone suddenly just kind of looks at you kind of strange, like, you would really just give yourself to us?
I came here for a reason. And if giving myself up to you gets me what I came here for, which is my mother, a way to cure my friend, and a way to cure my brother, then yes, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
So Moon looks at you again like, your brother?
The formula you stole was a prototype.
Oh, yeah. I did say that. By the way, how did you happen to find out that your mother was here?
I happened to find the lizard you had playing as her and got some information that way. And also, if you think that I wouldn't question someone who I would bring in here first, before, so I would have some negotiating leverage.
I get that, but there's no way he would have known that your mother was here. But where is Abby then?
I have no idea.
He kind of frowns, looks at you, he's like, where is she?
Ooh, we have something he wants now.
Again, I have no idea. But that's information I could probably find. For a price.
He straightens up a bit. His arms are folded, like... Tell me where she's at. And I'll consider letting your friends go. The fox and the cat.
I wasn't kidding when I said I don't know where she is, but I could find out. That's not a lie.
Oh. How quickly can you find out?
Considering what time it is right now, not fast enough for your liking.
So, I'm assuming you figured something out, she revealed herself, you fought, and then what? You didn't kill her, did you?
Do I look like someone who would kill somebody?
Right now, yes, you do, actually.
Well then, I guess you'll have to trust me she's still alive.
Gives a smile, like, good. So we can find her. That's good.
You won't.
Oh, I'm going to guess somebody called the police. And I'm guessing she's in police custody. We'll be able to...
You'd be partially right.
Now, that's a good enough lead. Besides, she knew what she was getting into and she signed up for the job. Kind of surprised it took you 2 years, though.
Up until one of your people decided to use my formula as a paralytic, I had no reason to search.
Paralytic? Is that what they're doing with it? Oh. I was glad to know it's working then. Because clearly you wouldn't be here if it wasn't. So, at that, a guard walks over to the colonel, whispers in his ear, and he smiles like, ah. Would you like some water?
No.
Oh, but I think you might. So he looks over to the door, and walking in is, well, Cal's mother, holding a tray of glasses of water, dressed up in a kind of a maid servant outfit sort of thing, as she walks in. Looking blank, I should say. As if she does look at you, she doesn't react in any way.
Tabula rasa.
I have no idea what that means.
You'll find out.
Fair.
He looks at the colonel and just goes, tabula rasa, I presume.
I don't. The GM doesn't know what that means.
It means blank slate.
Oh. He kind of grins like, something like that. Zachariah, you hear him in your ear go, oh my gosh, I have no idea how they've done that.
Seems to be a theme.
She walks in, hands the general, like, the tray, and he grabs some water off of there, and she walks over. She just walks around the room with that, just like any good servant would. And again, it clearly does not, like, as I said, she doesn't react to your presence in any way, shape, or form outside of you are just a person there.
Okay.
Are we going to do this or not?
Well, said I wanted you to at least see that she was still alive.
If she wasn't, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, don't have much of a reason to keep her around, but she's really good at making a few things, and really obedient, too. I must say, I've enjoyed having her as my personal servant.
Before I change my mind, are we going or not?
He looks at her, he's clearly thinking. He just kind of gives a bit of a look at the guards and kind of gives them a nod. And they walk over to you, and like you realize you're the only one who's coming.
How about the rest of us?
You can wait here till we're secure in wherever we're doing.
Cal turns around and has this grin on his face before he turns around again with a serious look.
Cinctus kind of nods and leans back and tries to look like he's relaxed and not panicking internally horribly. as he's like, well, whatever, man. Just don't take too long having your fun.
I won't.
I'm still hungry. Y'all got any food here?
They don't respond to you. Although one of them does look at the cat, like the cat speaks. Moo's just like, yes, it's a thing. Let's go. So
Yeah. As Cal walks by, looks at the guard and goes, I'm good at what I do.
right. So they're taking you and Zechariah, because it looks like they're taking him away to whatever cell they want to take him to. But at the moment, you two are going to be going to the same spot. Well, we're going to leave Apollo and Sync under guard in that room, because that's where they're going to be for now. So you guys...
That's safe.
Oh, yeah. So you guys see Zachariah and Cal being walked off, as Cal's mother, Mackenzie, is just still there doing her thing, and she just kind of looks like once she's finished that, looks like she's got like another order to go do, so she's just starts walking out the door.
Mrs. Porter?
She does not react to that.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
So, what are you two going to do while this is happening?
Well, we're
Supposed
supposed to
to
wait in
bad
the
things.
room.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Yeah, you're supposed to, so what are you doing?
I mean, there are guards who are watching us, right?
Yes.
What are they doing? Like, are they like constantly watching us? Are they standing idly by the door? Like
They're outside.
Like what's,
Yeah, the
so
guards
they're
are...
outside. So
Yeah.
we're in the room alone.
Yes.
Okay, so they're outside guarding the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So, you ready for a distraction?
We're just gonna do this.
I don't see why not. I don't
Oh,
have a plan, but I have a way to distract him.
I guess the big question is, do you think I should or shouldn't include Cal's mom in the plan?
If we can take her, we take her. If not, then yeah, we just cause trouble.
Well, cool. 'Cause I may or may not have done something while she was serving us drinks.
So you want me to make the distraction now?
Well, when you start it, I'll start mine.
Alright. So Apollo runs to the door, starts scratching at it and howling.
So, the door opens rather quickly as two lizards standing outside look down like, what?
I have to go to the potty.
Just go, we'll have someone clean it up later.
Oh, that's barbaric! I thought you guys were civilized.
We're not
So
letting you
Apollo
out of this
immediately
room.
Apollo immediately pees on their boots. I said I had to go.
Yes.
As that's going on, Sink's gonna press something in his coat pocket.
Okay.
Because these grenades that Cal gave to us, these little aerosol release grenades, I'm assuming because Cal's a good old boy, that he has a way to do like a slow gas release.
You do.
Good. So Sink's gonna activate that on the nice little detonator that I'm sure Cal pressed with him, and use Dangerous Web to activate a trap, because he snuck one of those aerosol grenades on the bottom of the serving tray, like a nice little bit of like tape work, so that I can slow release as Cal's mother is dragging that tray back to wherever she came from. Hopefully spreading like noxious fumes the entire way to create a nice little barrier of, danger. So, Dangerous Web.
I'm trying to remember what that is. 'Cause it's
It's
not
when you reveal a trap you've left for someone using your powers, roll plus your mass label superior. On a hit, your opponent
Janus
trips
movement,
into it.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. And you get an opening or opportunity against them. 10 plus, take plus 1 forward to pursuing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got it here. Go ahead and roll it.
I did. Got a 12.
Oh, okay. So on a 10, they take plus 1 forward pursuing it. Okay.
Yeah, the opponent trips into it too. But yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's not a hit in general. Alright, so she's not that far away.
It's been a little bit, a few minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, but she's not
Okay.
that far away, because she lingered for a while before she started walking out.
Right.
So that goes off in the hallway.
Yep. Remember, it's not an explosion. It's like a slow racing
Yeah,
gas.
right, yeah,
so.
yeah, I get that. But It's not too much later that the guards inside the room inside the building start coughing and kind of falling to the ground, like choking.
Well, there's our distraction.
So your opportunity is that all the guards are incapacitated.
Nice. And what about Cal's mom?
I mean, she's still walking, because, I mean...
Well, I mean, does it incapacitate her as well?
Well, no, I mean, not as badly, because it's geared towards lizards, not people.
It's still a smoke. It's still like a stink pump, but yeah.
Yeah, but, yes.
Okay.
She's coughing a bit, I should say, but yeah, she's still focused on going to where she's supposed to go. Clearly not realizing that the thing's coming out of the bottom of the tray. Or if she is, she doesn't care.
Alrighty, so we have our opening, Apollo. What do we do with it?
Whatever we want at this point. They're ours.
Well, my goal is to at least see if I can grab Cal's mom, but that bomb didn't have the expect I was opening on her. Which is fine.
Well, you go get Cal's mom. And I'll wreck stuff.
Okay. Let's do this. So Zig's gonna follow the trail of stench towards Cal's mom.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you find her easily. Yeah, you find her easy enough. Like, she's just
Apollo, what are you doing? It's having time to think.
So Apollo is going to press the button on his collar.
Oh dear, what's that do?
Well, what it does, while he's talking, is... Remember a little ways up in this Discord you posted a pink shirt?
Mm-hmm.
It does that.
Explain it for the people so they can...
Mech Suit Kitty.
By the way, somebody bought that shirt.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
Not at all.
So anyway, explain what happens. Come on, just tell me what happens here. I want to know.
So, the mech suit comes out, the helmet pops over, full on, like, you know, comes out of the collar and goes all the way down. And now Apollo is full on mech suit with now the thermite gun.
So,
and any other goodies, Cal? Anything else you've thrown in there for me?
In addition to the thermite gun, there is a calcified catnip cannon.
Just in case I run into other kitty cats.
Well, no, it's calcified, so it's basically like bullets.
oh, okay.
Seems good.
Right.
Seems good.
Yep.
I like the thermite gun.
Yeah.
And in the back of the mech suit, there is a litter box.
There you go. All right, so you have this mech suit. What do you do with it?
Wreck everything.
So the first thing you when you walk out, there are the first guards who were there are basically on the floor unconscious. There are other guards coming in. They're clearly like coughing and whatnot and getting like not in great shape. But they see you and they try to attack you in any way, shape, or form that they can. But they're really bad at it. What do you want to do?
Let's see. These two lizards are going to get the thermite gun.
Okay. You don't even need to roll for that because they're in such a bad state that you just shoot them and they just they burn badly, like whoosh. But so you leave a trail of two lizard bodies in there as you walk out, and you want to start wrecking stuff. What do you want to wreck first?
Oh, let's go to the prison cells first.
Okay. Well, they're not. Yeah, they're not there exactly, but there are some not too far away in a building next over. It's prison cells, all right. There's different lizards inside there. They're all some of them look like they've been there for a while. Some of them look like they've been pretty badly beaten.
So Paula's going to start melting the bars and letting everyone out.
So they're like shocked at the because they're like they have no idea what's going on, and they just see this big cat mech suit, and the cat is melting all the bars of them, and they're like, "What's going on? Why or what? Huh?"
Revolt.
Okay.
And Apollo starts handing out little, not necessarily like great weapons, but just stuff he's stolen off the cards as he's come through.
Right.
Here, have a weapon.
Well, I mean, that's good enough.
Go get them.
Yeah. So they get armed.
There's a few more guys down there. They're on fire. If you can get their weapons before they burn, take those two. It was a little hot for me to pick up, but it should be cooler. But well, maybe.
Right. So they thank you. Most of them don't look like they're going to be much use at all at the moment because they're mostly weakened and whatnot. But a couple of them like grab and just start shooting at things, other soldiers and whatnot. So we got a little firefight going on there. As most of the captives who do get out look like they're trying to make their way out of the citadel, like while shooting as much as they can in the process.
Alrighty. So, as all that commotion's going on, or at least starting to kind of come up, what's Sig's gonna do? As he follows over to Cal's mom, Mrs. Porter, and he's kind of trying to stay slightly out of sight as the guards are clearly rushing to deal with the giant mechanized cat that's coming up.
That they are, yeah.
Yeah, and so when he gets the opportunity, he's actually going to run up to her and grab the bomb that he taped underneath that tray.
Yeah.
And he's gonna actually kind of like do a sleeper hold on her, holding that bomb up against her until she passes out from both the smell and hopefully the lack of oxygen, potentially.
Okay, she passes out pretty quickly.
Sweet. So
she doesn't really put up much resistance.
Figured not. So when that happens, Sig's gotta take off his coat and put it over her so she can't be seen very easily, and start dragging her towards the entrance that we came through, and waiting for, hopefully, the chaos to get bad enough that he can maybe make a break for the front gate and or the car.
Gotcha. Alright, so while all that's going on, Cal, you guys don't even really make it to the main castle before all this happens, because you're right at the front, and then explosions and shooting start coming out, and everyone looks behind and sees like stuff happening like on the complete opposite side of the citadel. It's hard to see it from there because it's large and whatnot, but you see stuff happening, and Colonel Moon immediately looks at you like in a very accusatory manner.
I'm over here. I have nothing to do with that.
It's the best response. I'm over here.
So he looks at the guards and is like, take them, as he actually leaves to go deal with that mess. So the guards that are around him, like again around you guys, point like their guns at you, and one of them actually moves towards you, Cal, to actually handcuff you. So what do you do?
I believe the deal was that I was going to help as long as everyone got released. Why are you handcuffing?
The listener at this point says, "We're following orders, and this whole thing is like, there's no deal anymore. You're just ours."
See, there's the problem with that, because I believe the issue at hand is that's a giant robotic mech suit that's probably being piloted by a cat. And did I neglect to inform you that this entire ordeal is currently being broadcast? So if you all lose to the giant mech suit cat, you're going to be the laughingstock of everything.
So you saying you're on stream right now?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I love it when things come together.
So Cal is going to be procking always prepared for Apollo's stream being on and being filtered into an anime-style fight, but knowing full well this is really happening. Because the anime-style fight will get through Twitch TOS.
Actually, I have a move for this.
You have a move for this?
I do.
It's taken LPT long enough to plan to stop you.
Mm-mm.
It's like, so when you wreck the base...
No. I've got a move for this, so to speak. Hold on a second.
I think I know what this movie is, though.
Okay.
The hard counter is real.
When you live stream while fighting against a dangerous foe, roll plus freak.
Oh gosh. Technically Apollo's the one fighting.
Yes, so Apollo. Alright. Let's see. On a 7 to 9, on a 7 to 9, the stream is going perfectly and pretty well received. Clear a condition at any point during the fight. If you can get yourself and 2 members of your team to pose in front of the camera, add 1 team to the pool.
Well, I'm already clear of all my conditions now, so that's awesome.
There's a whole move for you guys.
Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This is great.
I like it a
I
lot.
love this.
It's fantastic. I'm thrilled.
Yes. I will explain later how all the cameras got hooked up, by the way.
I honestly don't care, but whatever.
I do. I'm
I can
curious.
take a few guesses, but I'm enjoying the thought.
Right, yeah, I was like, whatever. It's live
I
streaming
love
this
seeing
now.
the how, yes.
So now that we've unveiled that this is happening, Apollo knows this is happening, and he's showboating as much as possible.
Alright,
There is some gravitas and some flair with the mech suit.
Okay, so we'll hold that for a moment. Cal, what are you doing now that that's happening?
Lux, what do the lizards do when they look around and they realize that this is being streamed?
Those are specifically still trained on you guys because there's a lot more over there dealing with that. Plus, their orders are to take you both into custody, you and Zechariah. So they're looking like they're still going to follow that, despite the fact that they're also like, "What the hell's going on?" Okay, whatever. Orders.
He looks at Zechariah and goes, he sort of gives the, now?
You're like, probably should have done it sooner, but now it's fine.
He looks at Liz, there's just, he's going to look and make sure that he's on the camera when he does this, because there's just one more thing that I forgot to mention.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks over and clicks a button and the lights turn off the handcuffs.
Mm.
I lied!
So at that, Zechariah just like socks one of them right in the face, like just like boom, and that guy just drops. The other one looks like he's about to turn and shoot. So Cal, do something.
Cal just looks and goes and hits a button, and the arm cannon appears and goes, "This is molten aluminum. It will melt your scales. Put the gun down now, or I'll fire." Does he put the gun down?
He looks like he wants to and hasn't yet, but he's like,
If he doesn't put the gun down, I fire.
He doesn't put the gun down right away.
I fire right next to him, like on the wall, to show him how hot it is.
Huh.
He drops his gun. Like,
Warning shot.
yeah. He drops the gun like, okay, alright.
Good. Now Cal's got the gun pointing right at the back of the lizard's head. Now you're going to bring me into the middle of your citadel. Are we understood?
He kind of laughs at that. It's like, there's no way I could get you into the middle of your citadel. They would let me die first before that happened.
You get me inside. I'll get where I need to go. Get me as far as you can.
Looks at the
Go
open.
back of your neck.
He looks at the open door in front of him. He's like, go.
Zechariah?
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to take him out too.
Yeah. So he just pulls the guy back and just punches him right in the face, and he just falls over. It's like, yeah, it's good to know the soldiers are still completely wimps.
I was counting on that.
Right. Let's go. So you guys run inside. So while you two run inside, Paulo, you've got like 3 soldiers around you with guns. I don't know how bulletproof your suit is, so
It's fairly bulletproof. It's not made of banana.
right, yeah. So they're firing and not doing much, whatnot, because right now they just got basic guns and whatnot. So what do?
So you see Apollo in the suit. So it's very much it's not one of those piloted cockpits at this point. It's kind of one of those where you kind of do the motion in the cockpit to get what you want.
Right.
So you see Apollo do this and swing his arm out to the side, and this knife or this sword shoots out of the hand. And yes, we now have banana cam.
Nice. All right.
So Apollo just swings it kind of vertically and slices all their guns in half.
Roll to directly engage. That's funny.
Goodness.
All right.
Nice.
I'll take that.
Pick one.
Yeah, they're surprised and frightened at this point.
Yes, that goes without saying because you've just ripped all their guns off, or just cut through all their guns and whatnot. So they don't have any guns to shoot back with and whatnot. But there is one guy behind you that has decided to, instead of firing, he's got a bit of a grenade that he throws in your general direction, and it blows up under your suit, but your suit is still pretty good, because, it's solid. You guys made it. It doesn't take...
Cal built it, yeah.
It doesn't really damage the suit at all, but you get jumbled around inside pretty hard, so mark a condition for me.
Yeah, we're angry now.
Yes. So, Sink, you have... So you've got Miss Porter, you're dragging her out. As you're trying to do so, you're getting close to the door or whatnot, but you were, accosted by a lizard yourself. What do you do?
Alright, so as the lizards kind of walk up to me, I'm kind of dragging her out there. I sort of give one of those innocent looks and kind of raise my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do so, I kind of casually flick my tail.
Mm-hmm.
And in my tail, since it's all nice and bushy, is another one of those nice little grenades that we stored away.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm flicking at the feet of that lizard to incapacitate him and hopefully distract him enough for me to take him down.
All right. Roll to directly engage.
Ooh, I was hoping that was something trickery. Watching closely, but
I didn't know you were trying to make a move there.
Well, hopefully. I was thinking when you mislead, distract, or trick someone.
Okay, yeah, no, that works too. You gotta tell them when you're making a move like that, otherwise I'm just going to assume you're attacking people.
No, it makes sense. I was trying to think it out.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, let's do this. Watching closely. And gaboosh. Thank goodness. Okay, so on a hit they are fooled.
Yep.
7-9 choose 2, get an opportunity, and avoid further entanglement.
Okay. So you're avoiding further entanglement is you knock him unconscious or whatever, incapacitate him, and your opportunity is you now have clear sailing to get her back to the car.
Sweet. I do so, dragging her out to the car. And as we actually are, as we get outside of the walls of it and get back to the car, there's actually going to be a nice little panel where you can see Sync's hand. You can see a nice brightly glowing green ring that as soon as we are out of those gates, it disappears from his hand.
What was that?
It's a source of his power.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Usually hidden.
Fair.
It's not because of the runes. So
Right. Fair. Okay.
that's fun. And he tries to stuff her into the car, and I have another idea. Might as well try it. I'm gonna see if I can teleport her back to the lab.
I mean, you've got your portals. I mean, it's far enough away that it's not going to be one shot. You're going to do the whole...
Yeah, I'll probably take a few.
Yeah,
But
but...
at least teleport her into Cal's safe room.
Oh, yeah, no, you can get her out of there. That's not a problem.
Good, because I don't want anything screwy happening where she's just stuffed in the trunk or something. So, yeah. Gonna be doing that.
Yeah, but if you do that, Sync's gonna be out of this for some time then. Because that's going to take you time to get there and back.
Okay.
It's still the safest way to get Cal's mom to safety.
It absolutely is. Then before I go, I want to do something so I can contribute a little bit to the madness Apollo is doing.
Okay.
So, we reach into the glove box because Cal showed me all this awesome stuff inside the car.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to get the flamethrower.
Is that the cornstarch one?
I think so, yes.
No. This is the Super Soaker flamethrower that has the match on, the lighter on top, and has the propane-laced water.
Right. Okay. And I haven't written in my notes that you showed me what the flamethrower was, the cornstarch. No, you showed me both. You showed me the flamethrower in the glove box and how to make a fireball out of cornstarch. Oh yeah, that's right. The car could just drive her home. How will we get home? Yeah, that's true.
You have
So-
portals.
To answer the next question, we have a cat with a mech suit.
Yeah, true.
Well, there's
Okay.
that, and then there happens to be on the team some fox that can like make portals and travel everyone.
Not while I'm inside that base.
Not inside the base, no, but the car's also not inside the base.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. Let's do that option. I forgot the car actually does have autopilot. So after I take out that flamethrower, I am going to set Mrs. Porter inside the car, and I don't want her to like escape. Like if she wakes up, she might try to get away. I'm just gonna
use the Laffy Taffy straps.
don't know if we have those.
It's Cal. We have those.
We have those, yeah, Laffy Taffy straps. So yeah, I'm gonna strap her down inside the car so she can't get out in case she wakes up and tries to panic and get away.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send the car on its way home after grabbing out the flamethrower.
Alright, so you set that up. Of course, when you turn on the autopilot, the windows all go tinted because, you don't want anybody to see that there's no one actually driving the car.
Exactly.
Oh, it's stealth mode autopilot.
Oh, even better. So,
Yes.
yeah, the car goes off. So,
Okay.
the car's gone. Alright, so,
Hey.
Cal, you guys are going into the middle of the Citadel, getting a feeling that you said your guns or whatever, just
I've got the liquid metal arm cannon.
right. So you've come across a couple soldiers as you're making your way towards. Zachariah has a path in his head as to the way to the main computer database.
Mm-hmm.
You run into a couple of two soldiers who, hear commotion and whatnot. They weren't expecting to run into you, but they see you and they look like they're ready to do something about it. What do you want to do?
Hey. I have a really fun, really important question I need to ask you two.
What?
Do you like cornstarch?
Who are you?
No, seriously. Do you like cornstarch? Because I have a trick. Do you want to see a trick?
No.
No?
No.
I was just gonna say, and he pulls some cornstarch out of his hand. I go, if you have a match, the cornstarch in my hand will not light on fire. Go ahead, try it.
Just click their guns in place, drop the cornstarch.
Okay.
Away from
He throws it in the air. Poof! Cornstarch fireball.
Alright, directly engage? Or is that a powers?
It's chemistry. That's directly
No,
engaged.
that's directly engaged.
Yeah, it's directly engage. I'm trying to think, which one would that be for you? Because that could be anything at this point.
That one is directly engaged.
Yeah, it is.
Because we've already determined he had that ready to do that.
That is true. Roll it up. Oh, nice. Give me 2.
My danger is 3, by the way.
Yeah.
Resist or avoid their blows and take something from them.
What are you taking?
What I'm going to take, I just fireball them in the face. I'm taking their vision.
Well, I was going to say you're taking their consciousness because they just fall unconscious, boom.
Well, that too, but I didn't I never want to take their consciousness because that seems like too OP. But fireballing in their face, taking their vision.
These
makes
are
sense.
mooks. They're just out.
You roasted them. They're done.
Yeah, I mean they're just out. It's like that.
Zachariah's response to cornstarch fireball.
Right.
Ding, fries are done.
He just looks at that you mentioned the cornstarch thing before. I didn't believe you, but it worked. Good.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding.
Let's go. So he runs down into the hallway. Alright, so Apollo, you've successfully, fought off a bunch of lizards and whatnot, but another one's coming towards you, and he has a rocket launcher. Because at this point, they're
had to raise the stake.
oh yeah, they're like, alright, screw this whole thing. So he's got a rocket launcher trained directly at you.
I have
What
a
do
very
you...
important question.
What?
Does Apollo communicate this to everyone that this thing has a rocket launcher?
Yeah, at this point, he knows the streams. I was like, oh, hey, look, they brought the rocket launchers out for me.
You just hear over the communicator, Apollo, hit the green button.
But I always want to hit the red one. And Apollo looks down and just smashes the green button.
Thank goodness he's not colorblind.
So, the green button is the rocket launcher countermeasure.
Okay.
So, basically, from the shoulders, round up these two cannons. Have you seen Iron Man where he's got the small, barrage of ballistic missiles coming out
Yeah.
of his shoulders? Yeah, it's that, but each missile is the size of a rocket launcher.
Jeez.
Do
What is
you
that, Mac?
feel lucky, punk?
So, is it... So that comes out, what happens then?
That's up to Apollo. I was just showing him where it was.
Right, because the lizard hadn't fired yet, but it looks like he's going to.
So at this point, Apollo's intimidating the guy now.
Yeah.
He's straight up, do you feel lucky, punk?
Roll to provoke.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Okay, so he sees that. He looks at his rocket launcher, he's got this, he looks at you, he looks at this, he just tosses the thing away, he just runs.
Yeah, before he tosses it, you see Apollo just kind of take a step forward.
Yeah, he's just like, yep. He runs off. So,
no one wants to play with me.
So you're getting more and more surrounded by guards who are doing less and less because they're like, ugh.
This thing can't have many more toys on it.
Right, exactly.
None of you play with me.
Right, they're surrounding you, but they're not doing anything. Because they're like, okay, every time anyone approaches this thing, it kills us. But, so.
Give me Colonel Sanders. I want him.
So, Sink, you come in and kind of see this happening. What do you do?
Well, clearly Apollo has things well in hand.
Mm-hmm.
What about, the prisoners that he released? How are they doing?
They are... actually, a lot of them are starting to pour out the door that you're standing in.
Sweet, okay. So yeah, Sink's waving them on to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's going to create a little bit of extra chaos. So, yeah. How is that possible?
You can make more chaos?
I don't know. But, Apollo's over by the prison area and such. Is there a barracks or anything else that's, close by?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a barracks, soldiers, all this stuff.
Okay, so clearly those guys are streaming out to deal with Apollo and all the people and all the things that the giant cacnec. Sink's going to start taking the flamethrower, and he's going to start lighting the cars there on fire.
Okay.
Just to kind of, cause a little bit more distraction there. But he's got to go...
summoning the fire brigades.
Sort of.
Yeah.
He's got to get inside of one of those, nice big covered, trucks that they may have, one of those that carries troops in the back and such.
Mm-hmm.
He does get in there, and is he able to start that baby, or do you think?
They left keys probably in there because they weren't expecting anyone to break in, and yeah, you can.
Sweet. He's gonna start up one of those cars, and he's gonna do that trick where you put a rock on the pedal to make it go.
Mm-hmm.
And as it goes, he's got to light up right up in the back with a flamethrower. So you got a flaming truck driving towards the mess of soldiers that Apollo's dealing with. So a nice little flaming truck skidding across the battlefield.
I don't even know what to have you roll at this point, but is that a directly? Is that a
That's
direct?
kind of a provoke, I think.
I don't know. That's a provoke or directly engage because he's
Well,
like.
are you trying to hurt them or are you trying to get them to scatter?
I'm trying to get them to scatter and like make things worse for them. So
All right,
Apollo's
so
like,
provoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's provoke. Okay. I thought you were actually like attacking them with that, which is
I
fine.
would like to point out, I am usually the one doing the crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done a darn thing in this combat.
Have not done a darn thing in this. I mean, no, that's not entirely accurate. You did.
technically, this is still all your fault.
I fireball. I didn't say it was my fault. I said I hadn't done anything. I cornstarch fireball something.
Yeah, you did
You
that.
armed the cat. That was your
You
mistake.
did arm the cat. Okay. So they just.
I gotta choose. Yeah,
They,
go ahead.
they
So
just
it's
they,
a provoke. They just do it.
yeah, they just scatter. They run off. They scatter. You get that goes.
Where'd everybody go?
Oh, and as things diving out of the car, the vehicle to let it go, he gives one of those like nice little thumbs, like peace sign things to the cameras it's streaming on. Because gotta pose to the camera. It's part of it.
And while Apollo sees this, as he's doing it, Apollo just kind of points this direction.
Yeah. Finger guns, real guns. Oh gosh.
Actually, yes, that's more appropriate. Apollo points at Sink, and he's in the mech suit. And he does the finger guns, forgetting that the mech responds to what he does. So you have a couple shots of cat litter carbonite coming at you.
Right.
Catnap.
So, Cal, you make it to the main server room. Big computers and whatnot. Zachariah looks around. He's like, "Okay, I can log into one of these terminals and get what we need. What were we looking for again?"
Looking for the formula they stole from me for DP50. We're looking for what they did to Owen. And we're looking for any incriminating evidence in the general.
I mean, I think your friend is live streaming incriminating evidence, but anyway.
No. I'm live streaming it. Just his account.
Fair. So, Zachariah runs up to the computer. He sits down and he pulls out like a USB drive and like shoves it into the computer. And he puts his hands on the keyboard and he says, "All right, I'm gonna need time. I need you to watch the door, because the moment I log into this, they're gonna know something's happening." So he puts his hands on the keyboard, doesn't start typing, but you see things start flashing, which you're kind of expecting at this point.
Before you even say that, Cal at this point is making his way to the ventilation shaft, and he just pulls a bag out and just starts pouring orbs into the vent shaft.
Nice.
Yeah.
So-
Then he runs over to the other side of the room and does that again, and then just is standing there at the door with the cannon pointed and ready to go.
Well, it doesn't take too long, but like within minutes, like about 5 minutes, if that, you hear a commotion at the door as two guards are outside trying to get in, but I'm assuming you guys may have locked it before you got in there, so it takes them a little bit of time.
Yeah, you just hear, as soon as they go, you just hear Cal from the other side. This is going to be the only warning I'm going to give. This is going to end badly for all of you.
Let's
And
be
when I
honest, I'm
mean
trying to get in.
badly, I mean anyone involved in the militarized part of this is going to end up in a very bad way. If you don't want to end up like that, and if you want to still be able to be a lizard in this citadel and free when this is all over, I suggest you put your guns down and run, because, smile, you're on candid camera.
So you don't get half of that out before they kick the door open.
Let's be honest, they're not breaking in there to get y'all.
Oh yeah. So
They're running in terror from the giant cat.
Oh yeah, that's true too. No, so they kick the door open and the two of them stream in with their machine guns out at this point. They're just kind of run in as you're saying all this because they don't care.
So as soon as they run in, Cal looks, smiles, and aims the gun at their feet, and just fires at the ground.
Okay. Roll to provoke.
Oh no, he's not trying to provoke.
Okay. Yeah, no, they don't care.
No. I'm specifically directly engaging, but I'm directly engaging by firing at the ground.
Oh, okay.
I promise.
All right, then roll to directly engage. All right, pick one.
I'm taking something from them.
Okay.
Their footing as I melt a hole in the floor.
Okay. So you do that, and
Pit trap the room.
yeah. So they fall through a hole in the room. As they do so, though, one of them gets a shot off and clips you right in the shoulder. So I need you to roll take a powerful blow for me.
Perfect. I was wondering when this roll was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, our good rolls worked against us.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
So
That's the secret of this game.
Yep.
You want us to take powerful
this,
blows.
this is where fun happens. Now, normally, in most situations, I would be losing control of myself or my powers in a terrible way.
right.
Right.
This is the one situation where Cal's just going to sit there and just be like, oh. So I'm going to choose 2 from the 7 to 9 list.
All right.
I'm going to struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Kind of figured.
Ooh.
And technically, I'm going to give ground.
Okay.
Because he's going to back up a little bit and
Mhm.
just sort of not be on the door as much.
Right.
So I'm marking the only thing he is not right now is he is not hopeless.
Nice. All right. So you're giving me ground, which I'm gonna bank that away for a moment. All right.
Like a cat. How could you be hopeless?
That's very true. Apollo.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of lizards around you that are doing not much because they don't know what to do. What do you do?
They're running in terror. They're running in terror from a flaming truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. So those are doing that. Others are standing around like I don't know what's going on. So instead of focusing on you, they're trying to get the prisoners back, the ones that are remaining. So
Yeah,
what do
so
you?
at this point, Apollo's going to walk over, grab Sink, and start heading towards the center of the Citadel.
What? We're going back in?
Yeah, Apollo picks Sink up and sets him on the mech shoulder, and we start going in.
Okay.
We're going
Okay.
full Iron Giant here. I love it.
All right. What do you do?
Where are we going, Apollo? You're the driver here.
Well, where did Cal go?
I think something about the center of the Citadel?
He's looking for the mainframe. And that's where we're going.
Alright, so Six is gonna try to tap in. It's like, Cal, you almost done?
I'm not the one you ask. Oh God, what did anyone tell me getting shot hurts like this? Oh,
You got shot?
Zachariah looks back as he hears that in his ear, he looks back at you and finally is like, because he's been focused in on this. He's like, oh my gosh, that looks pretty bad. We need to get out of here.
No, not without what we came here for. And then Caelus goes, all right. Pulls out a knife. Gah! Pops out the bullet and cauterizes his own wound.
Jeez.
And you just hear, I'm not going to scream because there's people in the house and it's 11 o'clock at night. Just,
Thank you. Oh, gosh!
Apollo just
It's
pops
okay.
out of their piece.
it was just the pewter. It's okay, we're good.
No, I thought you screamed like a girl.
You just hear this, and next time, you'll be one-handed.
That... Cal, we got your mom. We can go.
No, we can't. I still need to save my brother and Owen. And we gotta get the... Oh, this hurts.
Zachariah, how close are you?
Zachariah says, he's got the thing in his ears too. Since now you guys can talk, I'm assuming you can actually go through all your comms and whatnot. So you hear Zachariah say, "I'm downloading as much as I can, but this system's been all altered. I'm not entirely sure what I'm getting, but at this point I'm just grabbing everything I can find. I don't have a lot of time before they shut me out either.
Where would they shut you out from?
Oh. It's like there's a few places, and so I'm assuming you've got, like, screens inside your mech, whatnot.
Yeah.
So he pops up on the screen, on your screen, because he figured out your mechs and whatnot.
My bubble here. You're up in my business.
So no. Like, on your screen, he pops up like a map of the Citadel in like 3 different spots.
Oh, that's cool.
In like 3 different spots that like he says that these are like the main security terminals, in which any one of them could like just shut the system down.
So
Do
we
those
smash them all?
do those also control the magic word runes, or
No, those are hard carved into the walls.
so if I smash the wall, those go away?
I mean, not you.
Smashing the walls. There are still good people who live here.
Okay.
We're not gonna destroy their home. We're
Yeah.
just cutting out corruption.
Yeah, you know, like there's a whole bunch of lizards that are not doing anything other than running into object terror because this is happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caelus, by the way, hoping that all this commotion has made its way to the general and he's on his way back.
I mean, Apollo is too, because Apollo wants some general. There's a duel that was offered that was not honored.
I remember the duel.
Apollo wants his duel. Sink, you want to ride, or you want to go get the other terminals?
I mean, without my... It's a lot faster if I just ride with you.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to start going around the circle and smashing terminals.
All right. I don't even know what that would be. Crap.
It's destroying the environment.
Yeah, so let's directly engage, right? Or-
Nope, that's unleash your power.
That's unleash your powers, yeah. So go ahead and do that then. Right, because it's your mech suit, your powers. So roll to unleash your powers. 7. All right. So
That's disappointing.
it's either market condition or it's temporary unstable.
I mean, your human did just get shot.
The question is, how many conditions can he take this time?
He's fully clear, if my memory serves me correctly.
I have one now. Questions. Is this stuff technically important?
I mean,
Stuff?
the stuff
Because I'm
you're...
breaking stuff.
Right. Well,
Because would that clear angry?
Maybe it's important to you, I think.
oh,
Yeah,
no.
fair enough.
Yeah, no, not that important, no. Plus, it wouldn't happen till the end of the scene anyway.
Yeah, insecure. Then I'll take insecure.
All right. So
I saw my owner get hurt. Without an owner, I'm,
Right.
astray.
So you make your way to the first station, and you smash the security terminal in, and break it so nobody can ever use it for anything at that point. Let's see. You make your way to the second, same kind of thing. But when you make it to the third, place, you notice that the power to that station is completely off.
What?
What? Hmm?
Do we break it
Just plug
anyway?
in? I mean, I kind of want to.
You can if you want. You're
Wait a second.
Hey, Cal, the power's off here. Should we break it, or should we just sit here and guard it?
Zachariah, that's a question for you.
he stops and he stops whatever he's doing and pulls up a map and he goes, "Oh no."
What? Don't say oh no, not at this point.
I didn't check the map before I gave you those coordinates. They moved.
What did we destroy?
No, you destroyed 2 of the security stations. They moved the 3rd. It's not there.
Well, we know what they look like generally, right? So we can just try to find the other one.
There's not going to be enough time. He puts on the map another place. It's like, this looks like where it's at. We need you to go there and just stop as many people from getting in there as possible. At this point, there's no point in destroying the terminal. But if you can distract anybody else in there, because there's probably somebody already in there working on the computer.
I mean, distraction's what we do.
Go there and get the person. If you can get them off the computer, then destroy it. Great, but
I'll get him off.
But
yeah, then I'll destroy it.
Well, keep in mind though that the technology people are not necessarily military.
Doesn't matter. They scare all the same.
I'm just saying, scare, don't kill them.
We don't kill anybody. We look back at the burning corpses.
No one's dead. No one's dead.
They all just got blown clear.
Yeah.
I haven't directly killed anybody.
Cal makes sure that aside from the liquid metal, which there's nothing he can do about, which you'll notice he hasn't sprayed anyone directly with, all of his other inventions are not deadly. They're going to hurt like heck. They're going to scar, but they're not deadly.
Right.
The cat's running around in a mech suit with missiles and a sword.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit more directly deadly.
Oh, no. That's not Cal's invention. Apollo came with that. Cal just upgraded it.
Oh, right.
You'll notice that what Cal did was give him a button to push for the missile launchers and added a catnip can.
Made it more streamlined.
Exactly.
Right, so you guys...
Okay, all right, so the thermite gun might be a little overkill.
Just...
Yeah, so we're heading towards the final terminal.
Yep. Alright, so when you get there, there's definitely, like, lizards inside.
Quick, I want to assess the situation here.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, I was just going to knock on the door. Stick my head in.
Yeah, we'll knock later. Assess now.
One question?
Okay, one question. What here can we use to make sure this is the right place?
Your eyes. It's the right place.
Dang.
It's just obvious. It's really obvious? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was worried about double fake.
Yep.
Yeah, so Apollo knocks on the... You know, the door's open,
Yeah.
but Apollo just taps on the wall and it's like, knock, knock.
So there is, like, a soldier guard inside there as, you know, they escorted the others in there. And he looks, points his gun, his rifle at you, fires, pink, like ping. Like, he's just standing there like, what do you do?
Boo.
What?
I think it's a provoke. He's trying
Here's
to
a
scare.
provoke.
Yeah, okay.
Apollo just boo.
Roll the provoke.
Our rolls are getting lower. It's getting kind of scary.
The luck is starting to drain.
Right.
7 to 9, they can instead choose one.
Yep.
Or they can do it.
Right. So now no, he's just gonna scream and run away.
So as he runs away and like leaves the door open, Sync's gonna slide off of Apollo with a flamethrower, and he's gonna go in.
Are you sliding off like the back of the mech suit?
I guess like sliding down the back or the front, like whatever will get me kind of to the ground without breaking my knees.
As you do that, Apollo swings the tail, so you kind of have the tail to slide around in front of.
Nice.
Nice.
And then as you get to the front, Apollo strikes a pose.
Nice.
Nice.
So once we slide off of there in the cool pose, Sync goes in there through the front door, and he starts firing off the flamethrower like upwards to the ceiling, saying like, "All right, guys, Fox with a flamethrower, get out of here now! If you guys don't want to get set on fire, everybody scatter, 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 etc."
Okay, roll the provoke.
Yep.
Okay. So, on a 9, they're going to choose to overreact You're going to gain influence over the lizard. Oh, hold on. Man, this didn't happen for 2 hours and not happen again. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
You're still not
Oh,
moving
two-
for us. There we go.
Two members. Oh, both members have to pose. That's
Right, but there's
Oh.
3 people on the team, so.
yeah.
We all
Yeah, I just
posed,
read
though.
that.
Yep.
No, I just
Cal
read
did his-
that all 3 of us have to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's only 2 if there's only 2 people on the team.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yep.
After rereading
Well,
it.
but keep in mind there are more. Like you've got, well, technically Zachariah too, but he's with Caelus, so that doesn't help you. So
Not really.
no. Anyway, so 9. Did you guys say anything before I start talking, or what?
I was going to use team.
Okay, I was
2.
wondering what was going to happen with that.
Yeah.
All right.
So you hear Apollo with the the mech loudspeakers that pop out, and if you're not afraid of the fox with a flamethrower, I'm a cat in a mech suit,
Nice.
and I got 9 lives.
All right. So
He'll do it. He's crazy.
yep. So the tech people, like, they all just like scream whatnot, and the one who's at the terminal like just hits the last button and then just runs off.
Ah, crud.
As that happens, Zachariah says, "Oh, shoot. I've got 5 minutes. I can pull a lot of stuff off, but I'm not sure I'm going to get everything. But I can get as much as I can. Just hold them off the door. Guys, you got to get here. I don't know how Cal's going to be able to do that."
It depends on who's here. I'll make it happen.
I'm just waiting to hear the Imperial March play in the background. Dun, 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 dun,
Right.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, not that lucky, but Colonel Moon actually appears in the doorway, and he's got his gun, and he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, gotta be honest, didn't see this coming today."
Neither did we.
What didn't you see coming? The fact that your entire military regime was going to be upheavaled by a cat and a kid with a squirt gun?
Well, I wouldn't say the entire upheaval, as you called it. This is what our people wanted. Most of them, anyway. Smart ones.
Your people wanted this, wanted to hurt innocents, wanted to weaponize something that was supposed to be for the good of everybody? No.
Oh, to be fair, they just wanted someone a little stronger to lead them, is all. At least, you know, that's all that really matters sometimes. Nice, strong leadership. You know how it is.
Yeah, historically I can prove that this style of leadership is completely wrong and never works.
That's just because you're humans. We're lizard folk. Well, more robust.
So as he says more robust, he's given us enough time.
Yeah.
Apollo lands right behind him in the mech suit.
Speaking of robust, how's that for robust?
So
that's robot. My bad.
So he turns around and faces you, Apollo. So what do you do?
I said I wanted the general, and Apollo just doesn't even pull the sword out, just backhands him.
Roll to directly engage. Ooh.
Oh.
Sink.
It's like destructive and criminal means. That's all we do. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I just don't know how to make things as worse as possible when it comes to like destruction.
If you can't, don't worry. I have an idea. I can't use team for it, but I have an idea.
Right. Destructive criminal rule-breaking actions. I mean, this whole thing is rule-breaking, but that's a little bit too easy to say.
But there's plenty of destructive stuff you can do with this.
There is. So you backhanded him, and Sig still has the flamethrower.
Yeah.
So he could start to torch. Oh, geez, what's even around us? That'd be useful, like the doorway.
Light the hand on fire and let it cut through metal.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, he could torch the hand up with a flamethrower so that it's also going to be not only like a flaming hand hitting this general, but also probably ruining the mech a little bit in terms of the hand because that's destructive.
Right. All right, so that's a 7 then, and we're out of team. Just put something
Yes.
Worth it.
All right, 7. Pick one.
Pick one.
Make it good.
I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies. He's being hit by a giant molten metal hand.
Yep.
He's not having a good time.
All right, so you backhand him with your mech suit, and he goes flying. He goes flying off to the side. As he does so, he falls back and lands on the ground and whatnot, and he looks up, and before he passes out from the shock and pain of getting backhanded by a cat mech with a flaming hand, which is a phrase I never thought I'd say, and I really should say more often, he gets one shot off, and it hits one of those very important electric parts in your suit, and it goes through and just shocks you, Apollo. So I need you to roll to take a powerful blow for me, please. Alright, that's a 9. Pick one from the 7 to 9 list, please.
Will I use a team to make it 10? Wait, no.
No, we're out of team!
We're out of team.
Yeah, thank goodness we're on a team. Teammates like y'all. We'll struggle past the pain and take 2 conditions.
Alright.
We'll go afraid and guilty.
Alright. So as you finish all that up,
That fast.
you hear Zachariah let off a scream of pain.
Oh, crud.
As he
What happened?
he pulls off the screen and takes out his he had this headset thing on that he just pulls out and throws down. You don't even know where he got it. He just had it suddenly. As he pulls out the USB, he's like, I've got everything on here I can, but I don't think I got everything.
And we don't have everything.
So then what do we do?
We gotta go. I can't do anything else. Ow.
Cal?
What?
I'm pretty sure I got the formula at the very least. I might have information about Owen, but I'm not sure. I've got a
It's
lot
your
of
call.
I got a lot of other stuff too that might be helpful, but we need to go now. It's nothing else I can do here right now.
No, I'm not leaving everything. Not leaving without throwing this corrupt system back where it came from.
Count. Zacharias.
Actually, I'm gonna do something here.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna roll to provoke
Okay.
on Cal.
Yep.
Because Sig's actually gonna say, like, well, Cal, if you stick around here, we're not gonna be able to get what we want anyway. We're not gonna end this through one attack. And besides that, even if we do disrupt anything, you know how these corrupt governments go. It's just gonna spring right back up. We got your mom. We got some stuff out of there. We can take what we need, and we can go now. And so, roll to provoke
Yeah. Go ahead.
to say, get us out of here. And that's an 8, which from provoking in PC.
You can either choose if he
one.
if he doesn't do it.
I'm going to interject here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to use a different portion of my influence.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
When you take advantage of your influence over somebody, surrender the influence you hold over them to choose one of the following. And I'm going to choose to give them -2 on a move they just made after the roll.
Yep. So he's gonna burn. So how do you do that? Like,
I'm just going to look. I don't care, Sink. I promised 2 people I would make sure that I would save them. And I'm not leaving until I do. If you want to go now, you can. I'm staying until they're both saved.
We don't even know if we have all the right stuff in that, like, USB thing anyway. We might have it. We might be good.
For once in your life, listen to me. And that's me throwing my influence away.
right. Making that a 6. So as you say that, Zachariah stands up and goes over to you, and he kind of like, kind of gently but like forcefully, kind of grabs you. He's like, Cal, we've got everything we can get, and we could probably save those 2. We need to go now. You're not in any position to take on the general.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
He's not even here, man.
And that's the other thing. He's not even here.
You could be waiting here for days for him to get back. Who knows how long?
I'm not going.
Then what are you gonna do?
I'm not. I made a promise to 2 people. 3. And I can't leave until I can guarantee that this all wasn't for nothing.
And how are you gonna guarantee anything like that? You're smart, Cal. Think. What's the end plan? What's the goal? What's the verification?
This. Thank you, you reminded me of something. I forgot what I did. I was so focused on everything else that just because you're a technomancer doesn't mean you're the only one with tricks. And Cal sort of does the like slow, like painful walk over to the computer and pulls something off the side. I'm going to roll always prepared.
Okay.
For the Wi-Fi USB drive he attached that was basically extracting all the data that Zachariah wasn't getting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that your second?
Well,
That's
no,
the
I
last
restocked
one,
at the
I think.
lab. My second one this section, but we were at the lab, so...
Right, yeah, okay, you're right.
Who's the cat
Right.
first?
Right, alright,
He's going to
so...
mark his last condition. He's going to mark hopefully, which makes sense after everything that just happened.
Agreed, yeah. So, you have that hard drive.
Yeah, basically, he copied the hard drive, for lack of a better description.
Right, yeah. Zachariah looks at it like, well, let's hope everything's on this computer. Come on, let's go.
Can we go now, Cal?
At this point, Zachariah, being a lizard folk, is actually pretty strong. He doesn't wait for you to answer. He just picks you up, like, cradle style, and he's running out of there with all of you.
Hold on, 1 second. And Cal stops. 1 second. Looks at everyone. Make sure he's basically in the middle of the two people of Sync and Apollo. Smiles, looks up at where he knows where the camera is, and goes, "Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe." Kills the stream.
As you're doing that, though, hold on. Apollo does starts doing the muscle.
I think we just added one thing to the pool.
Yep, that's exactly what he did.
I don't know, did Sync join? I kind of missed some.
Yeah, Sync did like a thumbs up, like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, share, thumbs up.
At what point Sync? I'm assuming Sync after that's all over kind of looks. I was like, "You live stream that?" I see that discussion happening.
Only you.
So yeah, Zachariah grabs. I said he's got Cal now, and they're huffing it out of there, and you guys are able to run directly out of the Citadel because there's still so much chaos going on that nobody's gonna stop you.
And we have a giant cat mech to help.
And you have a giant cat mech, yes you do. But so you get outside the Citadel, your car's not there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Caelus sent the car home.
Yes, he did.
I'm assuming your mother was in the car.
Yep. Hopefully she's still there when we get back home.
Good. We have two ways we can go. There's your way, he looks at Sync, or there's your way, and looks at Apollo.
I think Apollo's way is going to cause more of a stir on the news. So let's do my way. Where we park the mech, by the way?
Just hold on. Yeah. And you just see Apollo smash the blue button, and he's like, "Meow."
And it goes back
the mech just shoots into the collar.
Huh.
So Zachariah watches
Apollo
this.
just looks up and is like, "Meow."
Zachariah watches that. Is like, okay, you really have to show me how that tech works because that's brilliant.
Either way, we're going home now.
Yes.
Sync's gonna portal us back.
Okay. So you guys portal all the way back home to Cal's, the Porter residence, as it were. The car's there. Cal's mother is inside. She's awake, but she's not moving. She's like she's awake. She's not trying to get away or anything like that. She's just sitting there, just staring straight forward.
Huh.
Sync. Get my dad. I gotta explain this to him before we...
Yep, I'm on it.
Apollo?
Meow.
Can you be guard duty in the car for a minute?
So Apollo hops into the car, pops out the turret top with the Kit Kat cannon.
There is a small cat-sized sit-down mount for the cat to pipe.
I figured as much, yeah. Zach,
Apollo looks over, and there's a little popcorn bowl that's up there, and he just puts that on his head like a helmet.
Nice. So Zachariah looks at Cal and is like, I need to get you inside, get Mary to look at that. Get his father to hear whatever.
Sync was already ready out to get his father when Cal asked.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No, it's not. Let's go. He's still carrying you, by the way, which he gets you inside the lab.
No, it's been cauterized. It's fine for right now.
It's not fine for right now. You were shot. I don't care if it's been cauterized and whatnot. I need to have Mary look at it so it's okay. So it's not infected or something.
There's no amount of infection that's going to survive being squirted with liquid pewter.
Okay, ew. Look, just have her look at...
The aluminum would have hurt too much. We're just going to flash back to Cal screaming like a girl.
Right. So, Zachariah gets you into the lab anyway. Mary looks up and sees you and is like, what? What happened? And Zachariah just kind of waves.
Watch it.
Watch it? What? Huh?
Oh, hold on. Computer, replay Apollo Twitch stream, latest VOD.
So, because Daniel's playing video games the whole time. So, so the stream pops on, and he's like, "Oh wow, you guys were on stream." He looks all happy.
Daniel, can you go in the other room, please? You probably shouldn't watch that.
Oh, okay. So he, without much of an argument, he just up and goes. Because
Yeah, we kind of broadcasted evidence.
oh, the guy looks around like, yeah, they apparently released a whole bunch of prisoners too.
They didn't release them. We freed them.
Well, that's what I meant.
Fast forward 25 minutes, and you see the prisoners being let out.
Yeah, well, he's like, that's what I meant. They were free. A lot of them left. Those are political enemies of the military, basically. You may have actually just released a whole lot of allies.
That's part of the point.
Yeah.
Why did anyone tell me getting shot hurts so much?
So Mary walks over, looks at you, is like, because that's not normally a question somebody asks. Oh my gosh. What did you do to this?
I pulled the bullet out and cauterized the wound with liquid pewter.
Okay, ouch.
It was less hot than the liquid aluminum.
Why would you even... You know what? Never mind. Okay, she kind of guides you over to one of the other hospital bed things, whatnot. Just lay down. I just want to look over to make sure... You're fine.
I'll sit up. I'm sitting up. I'm not laying down.
Whatever, just sit here. Just let me look at this over and whatnot. And she has clearly spent the time wisely and gotten very much so used to the medical portion of your lab. Because
I do have healing equipment as part of my sanctuary. So.
Yeah, so she goes, grabs the thing and whatnot and brings it over. It's just like, now, I've never seen anything like this exactly, but I was able to kind of figure out what it does, because it's healing. So she just kind of sets the machine up on your shoulder, and it starts dulling the pain and whatnot. As it's going to take a little bit, but, you know, she's figured it out.
At this point, I'm assuming Dad walks in.
Oh, yeah. Your father walks in, and he's like, what did you do with your mother, by the way? She's still in the car?
She's still in the car with Apollo.
Okay. So he's looking around like, what happened? What did you do?
Okay, so we'll get to that part later, but right now, so I have good news and I have bad news. We're going to start with the bad news.
Okay.
Bad news is, partial good news. Mom's alive. Bad news, they've done something to her memory where she's just a blank slate servant. Good news, she's sitting in the car with Apollo.
So his eyes kind of widen, what? So he just...
Yeah, you're welcome.
Gotta figure out a way to erase whatever they did, but...
Why is she not in here? We should get... He just runs out the door and towards the car. Hey, he sees Apollo sitting up there. He's like, hi, Apollo. Hi. How are you, by the way? You okay?
Busy.
Right.
And Apollo's just focused on the horizon with the cannon.
We're gonna get Mackenzie inside now. Okay?
Want to shoot, and so Apollo just there's a target that's out there that's just been left out there. Apollo just turns and fires the cannon a few times at it. Okay, fine.
I mean, you didn't have to. You could just keep sitting here. I just want to get her. Oh, anyway. So he unstraps her from the car. It's like
From the Laffy Taffy cables?
Yes. As I said, she's awake, but she isn't moving anything. And she shakes her like, Mackenzie, it's me. It's me. Oh, gosh. Okay, so he picks her up and carries her into the lab and whatnot and sets her on another one of the hospital beds. Got a lot of those in here. And he's like, yeah, he's just like, he's kind of trying to get her attention at all, and she's just, no one's home kind of a thing.
We can fix this, I'm sure. Better that she's here than out there. So, no matter what, this is a good thing.
Yeah, at this point, while Cal's left shoulder is being worked on, he's typing away with his right shoulder, extracting all the hard drive data, specifically looking for Celestine and DP50.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, you don't take a break, do you, Cal?
I promised two people I'd save their lives.
Right?
I would do it.
So Zachariah walks over. He's like, Cal, let me extract the data. Just rest for a moment, please. I can do this. I'm obviously good at this and whatnot. I know I got the formula, so let me at least get that out first, since we know that's there, and I'll deal with the rest of it as I can find it, okay? Just relax. It's going to take some time anyway. Half of this stuff's been encrypted. Just... So Mary kind of like pats your back and like she's like just it's okay. Just you've got it. I guess. I think. What formula? It's a DP50. I think it's what he called it. It's the it's a long story. So Zachariah.
Dirty version.
Yeah.
DP is the initials of my brother, David Parker. 50 is a recommendation, a reference to most chemical formulas, and they're LD50, which is the approximately amount of the chemical needed to lethally dose 50% of the population.
Yeah, lethal dose 50. I do know that one. I just wasn't aware of DP50, but okay. Got it. So Zachariah sits down and he starts extracting things out, and he's got the formula, so he starts printing that stuff out for you. And as he does, and he starts like giving you packets that he prints out here and there, you recognize most of it. It's these are your notes.
Good. At least with this, what we can do is we might not be able to stop the paralytic right now, but with this I can at least save my brother.
Hopefully. Yeah. And so he still prints stuff out. And he does get to stuff that you've not seen before.
Okay, that's the improvements they've made. Improvements in quotation marks.
Some of it is actually theoretical, as in stuff that hasn't been implemented yet, or at least that you've not seen yet. One of them is not a paralytic. One of them is actually a deadly toxin.
Which is what Cal expected this to go into.
Yeah. It doesn't paralyze. I mean, the paralytic can obviously be deadly, but this is actually made to be deadly. The paralytic can be limited to limbs and things like that. This is something that, as far as you could tell, even just by looking at it, your preliminary read-through is that this kind of a poison toxin would get into the bloodstream, not do anything until it reached the heart, at which point it would activate and basically kill the subject in minutes.
Well, that's not good. We'll have to theoretically work on an antidote for that. But that can wait right now. Because they're going to be picking up the mess that we just left them with. And I have to finish this cure.
So Mary's kind of left, the machine's working on you now, so she's kind of left you and walked over to Mackenzie, your mother. She looks down at her like, wow, is she okay? She doesn't...
She was kind of blanked out when we saw her.
Tabula rasa.
So Zachariah looks at you and is like, what is that? But Mary looks at you and is like, oh, really?
Well, I didn't want to use the term brainwashing.
Well, it's not a brainwashing because she's just...
And she's not even fighting this. I'm not even sure if she's all there.
Mr. Porter, as he looks at your father, like, would you mind if I draw some blood from her? Maybe do some tests, see if there's something chemically we can... And he's just like, yes, please, anything, just... So she does the whole nurse thing, draws a little bit of blood and whatnot, and as I said, she's gotten already pretty well acquainted with your hospital part of the medical part of your sanctuary here. I lost you guys again. No, I didn't. And she looks at you and she's like, Cal, do you mind if I use your analyzer?
Of course not. Go ahead.
Thanks. So she sits down, puts the blood on the slide, and yada yada whatnot. And it takes her a little bit, but after a little bit, she's done. She kind of leans back and she looks perplexed. Well, that's weird.
That's not a good thing to say.
Well, it looks normal, mostly.
But
Well, there's definitely something different about her. There's something in her blood. There is, but I can't.
take a look.
Yeah.
So, is this something Cal has seen before?
Well, it's not. It's more along the lines of there's a increase of white blood cells, and so she sits back. She's like, that's strange, because she's not infected, like, with anything from what I can tell. But Cal, you have seen something like this before. Just what'd you say?
I said in the cat.
Sort of. It's something that happens when there is something technologically implanted into somebody.
Zachariah. Scan her.
Huh?
Scan her, please.
Oh.
Is there like a bug or something in her?
So he walks over.
It's the last time I saw this. It's basically, from what I understand, it's a technological chip that's basically blocking neuroinhibitors.
So he puts his hand on her forehead and kind of closes his eyes for a moment, and he quickly opens his like, oh, yeah, there is something inside of her.
Can you fix it? Can you just blow it up?
We're not blowing anything up inside my mother.
I didn't mean it. I mean, like,
It's also in her brain. So the first thing we need to do is, like, do you have an MRI scanner in here? I mean, at this point, I have no idea what you've got in here.
Not a full one, but
All we need is a scan of her brain.
yeah, he looks and goes, in the lab, purple button.
Okay. So Mary goes over to the lab, hits the purple button.
Door pops open, and it's a portable MRI scanner.
Perfect. So she grabs it. She's clearly familiar with something like this, so she gets it into it and whatnot and scans her brain, her head, basically. Because as she said, it's like all I need is a brain scan and whatnot. And it takes a little bit, whatever, but, you know, she gets all the pictures on the computer screen and whatnot, and she looks at it, it's like, yep, that's what it is. She's got a higher white blood cell count because there's something foreign inside of her body. And she, on the scan of your mother's brain, it's directly, like, in the center, almost, of one of her lobes. She points to it, it's like, that's it right there. That chip's doing it.
So what do we do now?
Well, try to see if we can't deactivate it carefully. Because
Obviously.
if we do anything wrong with that, and she looks at you, she's like, it will kill her. And I think that's a great place to stop this for the evening, on a nice little cliffhanger there. So, end of session moves?
Well, first things first, I have two.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to answer yes to the first one.
Yeah.
You take steps to make amends for your
I
shame.
would assume yes.
I'm going to mark potential and get an advancement.
There you go.
And then the second one. This is the more fun one. End of session. Cal, as much as I want to grow closer to the team, Cal grew into his own image.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
So basically, with everything that just happened, he sees himself as that all happened because of his planning, his ideas, his inventions.
Mm-hmm.
He is, as far as his mind goes, he is the smartest guy in the room, and none of this happens without him.
Nice.
Superior up, savior down.
There you go. Savior down. Interesting. All right.
Mundane and freak are already at -2.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Sync, what about you?
Gonna go closer to the team, I think, because like there was a lot of teamwork going on. Gonna be me and Apollo, I think. So closer to Apollo because we kind of worked together to break out of that room and rode on the mech and all that jazz.
Yep.
And also we had a fight with Cal, so no.
That you did.
So yeah, Apollo, you have influence over me, so you can shift some labels. I'm gonna clear a condition, I think. Yeah. So no longer insecure. Superior cannot go up. Freak can't go up. And danger can't go down. It's kind of weird.
Well, definitely danger up, and mundane down,
Yeah,
and then mundane about what we just did.
not a thing.
Not a thing.
And there was lots dangerous.
Yeah, there was.
And actually,
And
go ahead, Nora.
and it's to me now. I would assume at this point, so I would definitely say sync.
Yay!
You cannot take freak up. You cannot take mundane down.
Well, that's unfortunate. Danger definitely goes up because you went hog wild out there.
It was perfect.
It was
It
perfect.
was. Sync's actually got to lower your freak though, just because it felt like you're using like mostly, even though like it was your mech, like it felt like you're using like a Cal's like invention and like it felt like you're kind of following his lead. So I felt like we did more with the technology than you did like yourself. Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess. Cool.
I was definitely not an Apollo doing Apollo things. It was Apollo getting an armor and weapon and going.
Yeah.
Going in.
twice.
Yep. Nice. All right, cool. Is that everyone?
So actually, it was everyone. Before the record, for the advancement I'm taking, it's rearrange your labels as you choose and then add +1 to a label. So we're getting a full workaround with how Cal sees himself right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep mundane at -2 where it is. Danger can stay at 3. Superior can stay at 3. I'm actually going to flip-flop Savior and Freak right now.
Okay.
Because Freak shows how special you feel, how different you feel. So there's definitely that divide here. Like what he didn't like. It might have saved people, but not like he didn't care about saving the people he cared about in this. He was single-mindedly driven.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rearrange them. Basically, I'm flip-flopping Savior and Freak, and I'm gonna add the +1 to Freak.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun.
That was crazy.
It was. For everybody here, for Caelus City, that being Nora, Cham, and Tej, I'm OPT. Later, alls.
Good night.